Hey, everybody, welcome on back. It's the You Gotta Try This podcast starring Ian. And I'm here also. This is Large. My very special guest this week is KenJac, Jack Kennedy. I think it's one of those things where a lot of people go through life never knowing that my name is Michael McCarthy. And I'm okay with that. I'm not, ashamed of my name or anything like that. But it's such a departure from my nickname, Large. But Jack Kennedy obviously makes sense. But I have to think most people think your first name is Ken.
Yeah, Kenny, I get a lot. But yeah, very rarely do I think it's Jack.
Why'd you flip it over?
So that was actually my login for my school computer system in high school. It was just the first three letters of your last name, first three letters of your first name.
Oh.
So it's Ken, K-E-N, Kennedy, Jack, J-A-C.
But it does flow. It's kind of a cool little gangster rapper maybe name type thing.
Also, from what I've learned over the years, it is in Croatian, it means jackass or something.
Oh, that's perfect.
So anytime
I like it.
If I have a tweet go viral, all of a sudden I'll get some random replies from with a Croatian flag avatar being oh, your name's Jackass, you loser.
Right.
Yeah, so I get that sometimes too.
I love food podcasts that talk a lot about nicknames, so I'm going to keep going with this one. Yeah. So everybody, since I got Large on Wall Street, all my Wall Street friends, both my Wall Street friends, know me as Large still.
Yeah.
And then when I started here and became a Q-list celebrity, everybody who sort of follows me knows me as Large too. Is KenJac just something that exists here at Barstool, or do your friends all kind of use that too?
Definitely strictly here.
It's strictly here. Okay.
Although it was weird, I had my wedding recently, and at my wedding, I have my work friends, and then they'll call out if they were to call to me on the dance floor. They would be like, "Hey, KenJac," and her family members, my family, would be like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah. Do I need to start calling you Jack? No, right?
No.
Okay. Does anybody here call you Jack? Because I know sometimes, Nate tries to call me Michael.
Yeah.
Tries to call
That's a Nate
fights.
thing, though.
Kevin, what's his name?
That would be interesting.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah, he calls him John. He's always one of those things. Yeah. No one calls you Jack here.
Very rarely, I would say. Yeah.
So for people who don't know, the reason I had KenJac on is because KenJac and I get along. And KenJac is sneaky one of the brightest guys here at Barstool. I think that his kung fu is strong on just about any topic. And it's probably the most evident when you play on the other side of him across the field from him in The Dozen, which is one of my least favorite things that I do here at Barstool. I can't fucking stand it. I'm not very good at it except those couple of niche things. I don't have that. What the fuck did Zimmern call it? The breadth or depth to be very good at that show.
Saying, damn.
You know what I mean? I have some depth when it comes to fucking. No, when it comes to certain things, but I don't have that breadth that you do. I feel like you're a dangerous guy in just about anything that Jeff throws at us.
But here's the thing, though. The Dozen is so different from any other sort of trivia. For example, you or Donnie or someone else.
Yeah.
If you went to bar trivia tomorrow, you'd be crushing it.
We'd kill it.
Real, actual trivia, you would crush it. Dozen trivia is a totally, completely different thing.
Yeah.
I could go and do the bar trivia, and I'd probably, with the history and geography and stuff like that, you would be decently solid. But all the stuff I know that's dozen centered would be useless.
Yes. And I don't think people realize that. When I think about Francis, I think Francis is the best writer that we have here at Barstool. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Francis would be the most intelligent guy here, but he is also extremely intelligent. I think Francis does have some degree of total package as far as being intelligent and whatever else. He's terrible at the fucking Dozen. So much so that he was embarrassed out after one season. He was like, this isn't for me. I can't stand losing to people that he said it himself, that are below him. You know what I mean?
Another thing, though, he would go to bar trivia and he would crush it because, who else? No one, you're not going to question about, the defenestration of Prague and Dozen trivia.
Yeah.
But, we would if we were to go to
a little bit,
a bar trivia.
Yeah. Defenestration of Prague. Let's fucking get into it.
That's a great one. Threw the guy out the window. That's all I remember from it, really.
Diet
of Worms.
Project Big Screen is almost like the rebrand or the rebirth of Lights, Camera, Barstool, but it's being done now with a slightly different cast or a slightly expanded cast. So for people who don't know, and again, it's a food podcast, so sometimes you get people from outside the Barstool realm tuning into this, and similar to we do with Twisted History, which you've been on also with me with Twisted History. So Lights, Camera, Barstool was the place where you would talk and rate and break down movies, trailers, TV, just about across the board. And then on top of it all, they started that database that then amassed all of these ratings. So in the same way that you could see what Dave feels about a certain slice of pizza, it was very, very easy with that database kind of see how you guys felt about thousands upon thousands of movies. that thing then got rebranded just a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's Project Big Screen. Who's involved?
Project Big Screen, it is myself, Jeff D'Lo, who obviously did LCB with me, and Gooch, who also did LCB with me, and then also Kirk Minahan and Clemmer. I'm assuming you'll have Clemmer on here sooner rather than later.
Yes.
Although he's not much of an eater. He has weird fetishes with or issues with food.
I gotta be honest. So Clemmer is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Like I think I had seen a video today of a woman who looked like her knees were on the wrong feet. Like her knees kind of came together. Looked like she was standing on two kickstands. And physically she was fascinating to me, so much so I missed the red light. And Clemmer has that sort of fascination. I would like to, I don't know how much I want him on the show as much as I want him on an operating table, just to kind of cut him open and see what's inside.
Do you know his thing with he can't eat food where it's something inside of another thing?
See, it's okay.
He couldn't eat a burrito, for example. He couldn't eat a Hot Pocket. He couldn't eat anything where it is an enclosed food and he can't see everything that he's eating.
Right.
He will not eat it.
And is it just a plain old trust issue?
I am assuming so, yeah. But like, it's really bizarre.
Yeah. So for people who don't know what we're talking about, there's a gentleman here, Chris Clemmer, and does a bunch of stuff, but I think his premier piece of content is the rat race, which Ian is actually involved in. They're going to be doing something out in San Francisco, another free plug, but it's one of those things where it's like it sounds. It's the rat race, kind of go along, finding clues and then going to different monuments that match up with the clues. Clemmer hosts it. He also does this thing. We just saw a movie with you yesterday, and he does this thing where he gets down on all fours, almost like he crouches down.
Crazy. He like folds up afterwards. Like a battle droid in Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah. So it's so Clemmer, I have to have on at some point. I think there are a couple of people who are fascinating that I'm going to get to throughout. I will tell you, and this is a shout out. We had those Cream Boys. The Cream Team.
Oh, the Cream Team. Oh, yeah.
We had them on. I went out to Chicago to do some stuff with Rubbin, and while I was there, I did a full episode with Eddie. And Eddie's lovable, right?
Of course,
like, yeah. And if you want to do a food podcast and you have Eddie on, it just kind of makes sense. But then Jacob, one of the Cream Team, is the producer for Rubbin' Is Racing, the NASCAR thing that I do. So I said, Jacob, you guys are doing this thing with the ice cream. Since I'm doing the food, can I have you guys on just for a quick one? I'd never met Zach before. I know nothing about Zach.
Zach's fascinating.
And Ian is normally the guy that fills in the blanks.
Yeah.
I had asked Hannah Montoya to come on. Again, while I was out there doing Rubbin', I knew nothing about Hannah Montoya, right? Outside of like, her profile pictures, a good looking girl and all that kind of shit. You had sent me some stuff and it made the interview infinitely more easy. And she was actually I like her a lot. I like the cut of her jib. I knew nothing going in with Zach. He is a gem,
an
of
absolute
a person.
enigma. Like
it's crazy how everybody here in Barstool is so fucking quirky, And I don't know. People are like, well, Frank the Tank is probably the quirkiest, but I don't even know if that's true. Because you look at guys like KB, who's also one of my favorite people in the world. Like everyone, or even fucking Clemmer, not eating anything wrapped in anything. Marty Mush, never burping.
Yeah, KB too, by the way.
And KB too, never fucking burping. So my whole thing is with this show, obviously other than talking about food, which is my favorite thing to talk about, is to kind of open people up. Because I think when we start talking about food, maybe it's like that old tagline from the real world. People start getting a little bit more real. Like, you know what I mean?
It's a communal thing. Like if you go across like every single culture on the planet throughout history, like food is the communal, like unifier of everybody. And
even with the bracket, which I thought, every time that thing popped up on social media for me, it was like Dave's pizza reviews. I had to stick around to see if he gave it a 7.3 or 7.2. And the same thing with the bracket. Like it's one of those things where you just kind of put up the most inane, kind of stuff and then judge it. But as I'm going through some of the bracket stuff, most of that, not most of it, but a good percentage was around food as well. Because it's kind of the easiest thing to fucking talk about.
Ooh, you were on, I think, for an episode we did where we talked about some of Che's greatest moments, and he had a great food take where he said his number one go-to diner food. Do you remember this? This is a long time ago, so I wouldn't blame you.
Before we go on, didn't he put mustard on a windowsill?
His mom and dad would put mustard on the windowsills to stop him from chewing on them.
He used to chew. So that's another guy.
They put something edible onto something inedible to stop him from eating it.
Yeah. So he had, so like a dog that would chew on, like the sides of your walls or wires. Sometimes you put like a little cayenne pepper or something to kind of dissuade them. And Che's parents, another fucking enigma. Che's parents would put mustard, hot mustard, on the windowsill. So that way baby Che would stop gnawing on not even the furniture, on the structure of the fucking house.
Yep. He also said that his go-to diner order was flounder stuffed with crab meat.
Oh yeah, he did the stuff.
That's go-to diner order.
Yeah.
Which ordering fish at if you're a calamari or something, whatever.
Yeah,
like
of
in
course.
Diner. But if you're ordering like a fish entree, I think you're like an insane person at a diner.
I will tell you, we just did the Running Man premiere, and you were nice enough to offer +1s to people. And shout out to Paramount, right?
Yeah, they were amazing.
Yeah,
so much
100%. So I brought my son, Finnegan, the middle guy. He's 18. We went to a diner right afterwards on the drive home, and he was hungry. I had snuck a sandwich in. So he was hungry, and so he got a burger. I just got like a appetizer sampler. I didn't even look. And I was like, just give me that because I can always pick on some of that shit. And one of them at the diner was calamari. Calamar?
Yeah, of course.
And it smelled like a dirty woman. Like, so I know. And I had a brother who used to kind of do that in like Brooklyn diners at 3 o'clock in the morning, bombed. We'd all be like, I'm doing an omelet. I'm doing a burger. I'm doing a BLT. My brother's like, I'll do the lobster Friday omelet.
Yeah, you're an insane person. Why don't get anything high quality? You know what I mean?
So Project Big Screen drops how often?
We drop episodes every Monday.
Okay.
So weekly pod, and then we wrap up. We usually do 1 or 2 movies, and we do a combined ranking. So we each it would be like, let's say you, me, and Ian, we're like, let's rank Star Wars movies. I'd be like episode 1, episode 3, episode 2, and then but you each pick, and then we fight over like, why'd you pick this instead of that?
Okay.
So yeah, it's fun.
And how's the cohesion between the new crew?
Really good. I was definitely worried. I think as most people would, like, hey, now your show's gonna be with Kirk, and Kirk is obviously big personality, everything.
But he's a huge cinephile.
Humongous cinephile. His like, anytime someone has, over the course of the dozen especially, called me for movies, I'm like, you should be calling Kirk. Like,
oh really?
His knowledge of movies, not only just movies, but like awards, is crazy. He's like this insane depth of knowledge of it.
Same thing with the dozen. Like, he was always scary to kind of be on the other side of it. I think his niche for a while was like the PGA.
Dude, it was golf. And it was
for
just
like a 10-year period. And it was,
I don't think Jeff finished the question.
Yes, it's exactly it. And I don't think Jeff gave him surface questions either. No. It was like, who placed third in the Australian Open, if that's even a thing, you know, like, and just at the tip of his fucking tongue. Some people just have it. I think I'm out on the dozen. I think this, if Jeff convinced me to do one more year, this is definitely my
one last dance.
Please give me a rocking chair when we play in Houston or something like that, and let me get the fuck out of there. So Project Big Screen drops once a week, and I always felt that you and Jeff were so good because when I first started, it was only you two guys in front of the camera. So then when Mooch started to get some camera time too.
Gooch.
What is it?
Gooch, not Mooch.
Gooch, I'm sorry, Mooch. When Gooch.
Garamucci.
Yeah, Gooch started to get some camera time. I didn't like it. I was like, oh my God, who's this guy jumping into the clubhouse? And he's awesome too.
Yeah, Gooch is great.
And I think he's one of the guys that writes a lot of questions for the dozens, doesn't he?
He's like Jeff's like a top lieutenant.
Okay. But I think he does a very good job.
Great editor, by the way. I mean, incredible producer,
really?
Especially not only for the course of that, but during Dozen and also now for Project Big Screen.
Yeah, and it's another thing. I didn't know that his real name was, what is his real name?
Robbie.
No, but what is it? Gucci?
Like, what do you mean? Like his
last name?
Fuquay.
Oh, so where the fuck does Gooch come from?
That was.
I thought you just said like Scaragucci or something like that.
Scaragucci. No, I just made that up. Like Scaramouche.
Oh yeah. Got me hook, line, and sinker.
If I remember correctly, it was a thing that our old co-host Tro Ballins made up, where we have a fake like Barstool intern named Gooch, like Barstool Gooch, because that's like something everyone would imagine would be a Barstool employee. Yeah, is Barstool Gooch, and then he came and just kind of took that name.
Where is Trill now? I forgot all about that fucking guy. I loved him.
Very offline.
Is he?
Yeah. He's been offline for like a long time. Stopped tweeting, stopped doing all that stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Living life. He's doing good.
But he's not one of those guys that's living in a bunker, you know, storing his own urine and
No, he had a very good job that did not require him to have to quit and do this. He was more than capable of staying offline.
Right. Okay. So we just did the premiere for Running Man, the remake of Running Man, and I was
technically reimagining. That's something that I also tripped up on. It's not a remake of the Arnie one. It's just a different adaptation of the same source.
Right.
They try to differentiate now, I think, in a lot of stuff.
Okay. So is that a big deal for you though? Like to make that kind of nuance? Is Dune a remake or a reimagining?
So same thing. Like it's totally different adaptation of the same book. So like he wasn't trying to remake the David Lynch one. He was like, I'm going to make my own adaptation of this book, because they don't want people to be like, you're trying to do the same thing that they try to do. You want them to be like, we're doing a different thing off the same source material.
But by saying that, and I don't mean to be contentious, isn't there very few remakes except for maybe Vince Vaughn doing a frame for frame redo of Psycho?
Yeah, you could also say like Young Frankenstein is a different adaptation of Frankenstein than the Guillermo del Toro one is that just came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like there's totally different avenues you could take. There's The Bride coming out soon,
right?
With Maggie Gyllenhaal making like totally different set in modern day. Like there's a million different ways you can go with adaptations of like.
I didn't know when I was watching the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein last night, and I don't know the spoilers or whatever. It seemed like it was going to be natural where maybe he gets her onto the table, brings her back, and then The Bride was going to be part 2 because I don't know who the fuck is playing the bride in the new one with Maggie Gyllenhaal.
It is Jessie Buckley. She's going to be an Oscar winner this year. I would say. Yeah.
For what?
For Hamnet.
Okay, I didn't say it.
It's a movie about Hamlet's. It's kind of a movie about Hamlet. It's Shakespeare's son Hamnet who died, and they say is like the inspiration for him writing Hamlet.
Okay, you brought me something. We're going to get into everything that's going on in your life. Congratulations on the recent matrimony. It is an institution. Your wife is what nationality?
Her family is Chinese Malaysian.
Okay.
And Malaysia is just like fascinating. It's almost like, not like I want to say like here, but like it's like a very melting pot space.
Okay.
Where like it's right in the middle of this like little triangle where it's like you have all of the Chinese immigration coming up from the north.
Okay.
And you have a ton of Indians coming in from like the west, and then you have like all like sort of like Australian and Indonesian and other like Pacific Island like coming in from the south. It's like a weird like melting pot of like a million different cultures.
That's amazing though, right?
Yeah.
What the hell did
makes
you bring
a bunch
me?
of food. I brought you something called kueh dadar, which is like a dessert that they make. And I made this one though. And
okay.
I brought one. You got one too, Ian. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's basically
crepe.
So yes, very similar. I tried to make it thinner. I couldn't get the textures right.
Okay.
So it's sort of like a pancake with this thing called pandan in it. Pandan's like a leaf. It's a very different sort of flavor. It's like this kind of like nuttier leaf flavor. There's coconut and palm sugar in it. So yeah, basically like a rolled up crepe with like coconut and sugar in it.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
I got zero problem with that at all. Ian, I will tell you, the leaf has a textural consistency, which I think I'm getting, as if I do have coconut.
Yeah, so you do have coconut.
Oh, there is coconut. Yeah. I might have missed that when you had said, because I was fucking chewing like an idiot.
The filling is coconut and like a coconut and palm sugar thing. And then the dough so the dough has this thing pandan, and which is like, it's like you basically take this leaf and you shred it up, juice it, and then that's what gives it this green sort of look to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I totally missed that. I apologize.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I love this thing. I've made this for their family now a couple of years, and they usually do more, I would say, salty, savory foods than sweets. Mm-hmm. Every now and then, I'm like, I'll throw one sweet in there.
I would eat this a lot.
Dude, I made a shit ton of them too.
I got to be honest with you. This would be and you warmed this up in the microwave.
I did, yeah.
But I'm thinking right off the. Oh, did you really?
Yeah. It's way better fresh. Yeah,
I will tell you right now, I got zero problems with this. Yeah. Ian, do you know what's going to go perfect with this? Can you guess what I'm going to say is going to go perfect with this?
What's going to cut right through?
I think that when you have something that's overly sweet, sometimes you don't want to fight sweet with sweet, but Pepsi just does something where I think it pairs well even with sort of like dessertish type stuff. Listen, he could have went so much sweeter with this, like the sweetened condensed milk kind of poured over the top. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where you could go a lot sweeter, but first of all, my mouth is watering from wanting to eat the rest of this. And I think this is one of those things, because I say it all the time, good food deserves Pepsi. So I'm going to have a Pepsi with it. It's just something about it. It enhances food as far as I am concerned. It makes the flavors pop. So whenever I'm out, if I'm having buffalo wings or baked clams, or I'm trying to do some kind of differentiation here, or padang dang dang, whatever the fuck this is.
Kueh dadar, you got close.
Kueh dadar, which I'm very, very close with. I think it's one of those things where Pepsi kind of pairs perfect with it. And I'm going to give you the proof right now.
In Malaysia, they give you soda in bags, which is something a lot of drinks come in plastic bags.
Right.
Yeah.
I would drink Pepsi out of a plastic bag too. So either way, listen, I tell you guys all the time, good food deserves Pepsi. There is slim to no chance that you're going to be able to have homemade kueh dadar from my good friend KenJac over here. And that's on you, but you are going to have stuff that needs to be paired with something delicious, and Pepsi is the one that goes. So we'll reach out for it at any bodega or restaurant, and thank you, Pepsi, for your continued support. That was a perfect kind of thing. And nobody that we've had so far, I think this is like our 39th episode. Has anyone ever brought any food?
Eric from Talercios.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh,
but, right, I mean, that was more of a promotional type thing with them.
I'm not selling this.
Yeah, I can tell you right now. So I'm a huge Mounds
Oh, it's very Moundsy, but like a slightly different. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what you're saying.
it has a little bit more, almost like a brown sugary type thing to it.
Yeah.
But I love Mounds more so than Almond Joys because Mounds is dark chocolate.
Yeah.
And
So this is a palm sugar, which is very close to brown sugar. It's off the
yeah.
palm tree, I guess.
or a macaroon.
Yeah. Yes, very similar. You want the other one, Eden?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like I'm not joking.
Thank you.
I think that's very good.
It's like a nice little like breakfast treat, I think. And actually, I took the rest of the because I had like leftover dough and I made it into cupcakes. And then I hollowed out the middle and put some of that filling in there. And they've been loving that this morning.
Look at you, you fancy little bitch. I love seeing that. Good for you.
But I love their so like her family they're all chefs. Like they had a couple of restaurants throughout northern central New Jersey, and so they're all incredible chefs. They make the best food you could ever imagine. I would have brought some of that, we just didn't have time. But I love their, I would say, entree savory food way more than this.
So hold on a sec, because do they still have restaurants in central New Jersey?
They sold their restaurants, so yeah, now they're off.
Because I could do like a large learns from Malaysian food.
You could definitely still do
with
that.
you.
Donnie came over to our house and did like making crab rangoons with her aunt.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when did you get married?
I got married 2 Saturdays ago. No,
How many people were there?
210.
That's a nice sized wedding.
I think, yeah, it was 85% her family, I would say. Because her her dad is one of 11 and her mom is one of 9.
Wow.
Most of their moms are still in Malaysia, but like their whole fraternal side is still here.
What was the menu? So I did have Marty Mush on a couple of weeks ago. By the way, the way Marty Mush gushed about how much he was in love with Rhea, don't even try to do it. Yeah. Don't even try to match it. I mean, this guy, so much so that I wanted to throw him out and bring Rhea in because everything that he had was related to Rhea. I really found it to be sweet, right? Because I'm married for a long time. I'm crazy about my fucking wife, as you probably know. So it was kind of cool. But I'm just saying, you're up against a fucking big hitter there.
They are, I think, the most like ride or die couple I think I've ever met my entire life.
I never knew. I didn't know.
I remember once after Marty said something like dumb in the bracket, and like we came out and like Rhea and all them there. I'm like, oh Rhea, Marty said like XYZ dumb thing, and she's like, how about I just like kill you like right now?
Right.
Like it was like so like instant, and I was like, yeah, like they are very very ride or die, which I respect a ton. Yeah,
and I didn't have the heart to tell him, but every time somebody closed that door to record, I kind of look at his wife's cleavage. Just because she's up there on the wallpaper.
It is right there. Yeah.
All due respect. And she's the only one out of all these people.
You didn't decorate.
Yeah, I certainly didn't do that. It is right there. Yeah. So what's the menu at what's your background?
Irish, Polish, Italian.
Okay. So
mutts of Europe, basically.
A European mutt versus an Asian flair between China and Malaysia. Yeah. What's that menu look like, considering that a lot of the people who are going to be eating there are her family?
So we did like a big expanded cocktail hour. It had like a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Really good. They wheeled in this giant, like, it was like the size of like a door that would like let you into the Titanic sort of thing, that like it was just filled with ice and shrimp. Like a humongous thing of shrimp cocktail. It's been 8,000, like a coral reef.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Like up there. It was amazing. It had like, we had like sushi around the side. We had like crudité. We had like mac and cheese bite things with the little shooters of like tomato soup. Like, oh, it was so much food. And like, I feel like I barely even got to enjoy it because like you're just walking around.
Yeah, you can't.
Holding court.
Right.
We did all that. And then for our dinner, we didn't want people to like have to sit a lot. We were like, we kind of just wanted to be able to get your food and go. So we did like the stations. So we had like different themes. We had like an Italian station. We had like sushi station. We had a carving station with their, holy smokes, what was it? Braised short rib was crazy. Unbelievable. So good. Right. But that and then like a few other just like sort of ethnic stations. And
but with the ethnic stations, do you have to throw in something where it's just, I don't know, 5,000 lumpia? And I'm speaking very.
We thought about like doing something like a little more specific, but like it was just too hard because like they grade all the food that they eat against themselves. So like they're like nothing nobody else can make is as good as what they like. You didn't do it the right way. You didn't do it the way we do it. So like, they wouldn't like it as much.
Right.
So we thought about that. We thought about doing like a noodle truck at the end, but we did instead. And I would recommend, this is worth it. I actually just recommended this of Soli. This is our same guy. There's a truck we had that came at the end of the night and it parks in front of the venue, and everyone leaving, you can get White Castle, Taco Bell, and candy. Wow. And they just sit there and give you whatever you want. They just like hand it out to anybody leaving. And it was, that happened to a wedding I went to, and I'm like, I'm stealing that. So I highly recommend.
I will tell you, now that we're thinking about it, when I was a young man, a girl that I was dating had a friend who was getting married. This was before Annie. And the people getting married, I think the girl's name was like Maria Bonaventura.
Super Italian. Okay.
And she was dating or about to marry like Carmine Palomino, like as Italian. They were getting married in the Excelsior Grand on Highland Boulevard in Staten Island. I mean, this thing was an Italian thing. When you go to the Excelsior Grand or any of these big places in the boroughs, it's just that. It's very grand, and there's a lot of pomp and circumstance, and the waiters come out and they almost do like a ceremonial dance where they're going past you before they drop your plates off and all that shit.
Yeah, Rico was the altar boy for this one, I'm sure.
Yeah. And Venetian Hour would knock your eye out with all the Italian pastries. They didn't have to stray off that road at all. Like we're going to do Italian food. And the rest of the food was off the charts great. And when everybody left as they were leaving, it was one of those weddings where everyone left like 3 or 4 in the morning. They had black cars because this was before Uber. They had black cars waiting for everybody. Yeah. So they had black, and there was, I had 325 people at my wedding. This had to have had around that many. Black cars waiting for everyone. And everybody got into the car with a copy of the Sunday Daily News, New York Post, Wall Street Journal, or New York Times, whichever one you wanted. They had all the papers out there and a bag with a half a dozen hot bagels. And that's what you fucking took home from them, as opposed to, the picture frame that, people leave for gifts and stuff, which I do, like all that shit. And I walked out, I was like, this is the height of class. You know, like that was it. It could be one of the favorite weddings I went to. We got, grab a fucking Sunday Post and a bag of bagels, get into a black car and take me to my apartment in Bay Ridge. I don't know. If you guys just give it a little bit of thought, you can change those traditional weddings into something that I think people will remember, We
actually toured a bunch of places in Jersey, wedding venues. We ended up getting married in like right above this town called Pearl River, which is like on the border of.
I know Pearl River, yeah. Most Irish bars per capita.
It is insane. They have like 18 in like a one little street. I love the town so much. A lot of my friends from college are from up there. But we toured a bunch of places in Jersey, and one of them was this big, like super gaudy Italian place. And the main guy was like, he showed us around. He was nice, but then he was like nonstop hitting on my wife over text.
Really?
While we were trying to like get like stuff together, and he's like, "Hey, beautiful, just wanted to say happy Christmas, and also, are you interested like in the wedding?" And I go, my mom's like, "Why are you sending this to me on Christmas? Like, go be with your family, dude. Like, what are you doing?"
I don't know what it is, man. That just happened to me with Ken Burns. I wrote a blog that day. Ken Burns tried to bang my wife. That's what I titled the blog. And Ken Burns was in here and did Twisted History with us, and he was awesome. He was awesome. I know that you were doing other stuff during the day, but I would have made sure I came over and had introduced you.
One of the greatest ever, yeah.
Clemmer was like, holy shit. Like I would just walk through with Mickey Mantle. Yeah. Like that guy has so much reverence towards, like he has so much reverence aimed towards him. He came walking up the block. We were outside just by himself, walking up 7th Avenue. Real, cool guy, 72 years old. He's been divorced twice. So during the course of the interview, and we got really loose with him. He was very like Barstool-esque for us.
Yeah.
We were talking about children. I have 3 and he has 4, 2 daughters from his first marriage, 2 daughters from his second marriage. And he'd said, so I really consider myself a good father because I'm such a terrible husband. And I think that divorce is probably the way for you to go, Annie. So you leave him and come home with me. And I think he touched her knee. And all of a sudden, the chair that I was sitting in just turned into a real just cuck chair.
Holy shit.
This 72-year-old historian who I could have turned his hip to fucking dust in a heartbeat. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm in my 50s, but I got Ken. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't fucking Jeopardy. And he totally fucking alphaed me. And I was okay with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you run that risk all the time.
Sometimes these people in like, what do they call academia are very horny. Ben Franklin.
Very much so. Yeah, Ben Franklin, very, very horny dude.
Plato or what do you call it? Herodotus? Who's
Herodot. I don't know how to pronounce it.
They were horn dogs, man.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he was probably looking for a different gender and younger, but in the Greek times.
Yeah. That he's talking about Herodotus or whatever, Herodotus. Ken Burns is not gay, or at least not that I know of. So
we should start that so that we can clear up your cuck allegations.
Yeah. By the way, so he read the blog And they reached out to me within a half hour of being published.
That's so cool.
Saying how much they loved it, except in his Wikipedia page that had that he was still married to his second wife.
Yeah.
So I changed it to being like, oh, the first wife, he was divorced, married, the second wife of 11 years. They were like, just so you know, we just didn't update the Wikipedia page. He's actually divorced twice. Can you just change that? Like, that's what they asked me. Meanwhile, I was talking about him, showing my wife things that she's never seen before and all that kind of shit. So to shout out to that and tune into that. So that's on Twisted History, Ken Burns.
Something like that actually just happened to me kind of recently. Did you hear about the Sydney Sweeney thing where like her publicist was like allegedly, or not publicist, but like the team behind one of her movies is like reaching out to critics being like, hey, we don't like the coverage that you have, blah, blah, blah. That's all very alleged, by the way. Super, super alleged.
Right.
So I made a parody of that email. And in my parody email, it was the fakest thing ever.
Yes, I saw it.
I said that they had C4 plastic explosives strapped to my wife and child.
Yes.
So somebody that works here reported my email as fact. And so within an hour, Sydney Sweeney's team is calling our team being like, what is this? Who is reporting that we're strapping explosives to people? And I was like, this is not on me.
No, not at all.
I said we were rating movies on the Checkers Rallies Big Buford scale and that we were blowing people up with C4. Like, it's not real.
But I think you put out, almost looks like the press release, right?
It was like an email. It was like
it was an email. That's right.
Very fake email.
Right.
But yeah, that was a fun thing to.
You also got Nate with
another super fake one.
And Nate was going to the polls with his I voted sticker on.
Yeah.
And then you put something for
hot guys for Zoran on it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he made that with me. Like, he was giving me feedback on it. And then it comes out. And then, of course, fucking morons on Twitter are all like, it's so real. It's so real. I had half of his collarbone missing in the Photoshop.
I know. It was a terrible job. But even people just want to grab it. I posted for a millisecond a picture of me at the polls at my local high school. And the only reason I posted it, there was no caption or anything. I'm above the curtain. Mm-hmm. So it was one of those things that I just thought looked funny. It was like fat guy in a little booth type thing. Yeah. I was going to be like, oh, I'm at a store where they only sell crop tops, or, shower curtains half off, really means half off, like that type of stuff. People just start lobbing political shit. It's just not worth it anymore. Mm-hmm. I just took it off. You can't even be on the periphery of saying anything. And then I posted something about Mamdani, and when you clicked on it, it was that big black guy with the giant dick.
Of course.
Yeah. So that's how I'm going to do
Instant clicks. Smart.
Yeah. This is a good time to remind everybody that if you listen to this and if you're having a good experience, it means the world to us to like, subscribe, follow, do all that kind of stuff. And if you want to leave a question, if you're not DMing me, and I do answer a ton of DMs, you can leave questions inside any kind of 5-star review, and we will try to get to it. Ian, you have a question for today?
Yep. This one's from Lana J.
Hot name.
Sister of Sarah.
Yep.
Love the new show, and I love the relationship you have with Ian. Two questions. How do you cook your turkey, and what is your go-to Thanksgiving side?
Okay. I will tell you right now, I'm going to come clean on two things on this show, and one of them is going to be this. I've never cooked a turkey. My mom has always been Thanksgiving ever since I was a kid, and so I've cooked turkey breasts. I've never cooked a full turkey. My mom does it every year, and she does it, as far as I know, as perfectly as anyone else can. So I've never asked to take over that mantle. I'm born on Christmas Day. My birthday is December 25th. So I have, and you're going to see this, by the way, as a fucking married guy, as you're breaking up holidays with your family, and you have to take into consideration which holiday your sibling wants to have, which holiday you want to have, which holiday your wife's family and siblings want to have. My brother called dibs on Thanksgiving. Yeah. As my parents started to get a little bit older, my mom's like, sure, you take the mantle because you have all the kids and all that kind of stuff. So my brother, his wife, Trish, she cooks the turkey now. So I still have no reason to cook a Thanksgiving turkey, and I probably won't ever do it. And Trish does a fucking fantastic job. And I'll never alternate Thanksgivings because I always have Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So Christmas Day, you come over to my house and it's an orgy. I cook all fucking day until I can't move anymore. Yeah. And then I go and I sit down on the couch with a house full of people, kids. Willie will stop by, like the whole deal. We have people kind of running in and out. And that's when I'll start kind of pounding down the red wine and smoking cigars and whatnot. Annie then cleans up everything, gets rid of all the Christmas shit off of our table and replaces it with birthday stuff. like a little fucking whatever. Then we have a birthday cake and everybody goes home.
You get the after party, basically.
Yeah. So I've never done a Christmas turkey. So if I had to, I think I'd probably be one of those guys who brines, but I've never had to. Oh, I've deep fried. I've deep fried a turkey a couple of times. I put my family's life in danger. Mm-hmm. I did it underneath a almost like a patio that we had where the flames were licking the ceiling because it was raining out. So I don't, it's great. It tastes great. I don't recommend deep frying turkeys unless you're in optimal conditions. Mm-hmm. So I can't answer the first part correctly, but the second one was what's your what?
Thanksgiving side, your go-to Thanksgiving side.
So when I do go to Terrence and Trish's for Thanksgiving, I have to bring a couple of dips and whatnot. I bring a cornbread stuffing that I do, even though my mom's stuffing is so much better. My mom's stuffing that Trish now does is just potatoes shaved on a box grater and that fucking Jones or Jimmy Dean's, that log sausage. Yeah. Not a ton of sage, not a ton of all that stuff that you get. It's sausage and fucking potato rammed into a bird, and it is elite. So I'll do some sort of like a cornbread stuffing just so people have a little bit of a difference. And then I bring a cranberry sauce. I love the stuff out of the can, the splork.
Yeah,
I don't mind it, but I also have one that I bring in a squeeze bottle that's just better for sandwiches.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'll cook down fresh cranberries with, or as fresh as you can get them, it's the Ocean Spray bag, with ginger ale, orange juice, a cinnamon stick, some maple syrup and brown sugar. Take out the cinnamon stick towards the end, hit it with the boat motor till it's smooth, put it in a bunch of squeeze bottles. And I'm telling you, if you're making a sandwich afterwards, or if you don't want that jelly stuff, it has just like that real loose consistency to it. It's an elite fucking cranberry sauce. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that's my answers to that. I appreciate it. What do you got? What do you do for Thanksgiving? Anything?
So it's kind of the same thing with the wedding where I have like roughly 200 people over their house.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of people. So I had to do the turkey on Easter, this last one, because her dad was out. Like had to go to work or something like that. Okay. And it was nightmarish because I'm like, I can't fuck this up. Like I can't fuck this up because it's feeding so many people. Luckily, it worked out right. He gave me like all the instructions and everything ahead of time. Or maybe last Thanksgiving, I smoked a turkey. Okay. And that I found to be actually way better than any other way because it kind of turkey. I fucking hate turkey.
Turkey needs a better agent because for some reason about 10 years ago, people got their courage up. Started saying how much I don't mind turkey, so I'm not going to be part of the slander.
This specific type of turkey, where it's like I like deli turkey a lot.
Okay.
This specific type, like when you bake it, fry it, whatever, I just don't like it as much. But when you smoke it, you keep a lot of moisture, and you kind of don't have to be like babysitting it the entire time. You just kind of throw it in the morning, early wake up, toss it in with whatever you want, like you were saying, whatever herbs, stuff it, shit. Yeah. And a good, I think I did applewood last time.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So I did that last time. And the favorite side, my family did growing up stuffed mushrooms. It's not like a Thanksgiving classic like at
one of my least favorite things
is stuffed mushroom. Are you not a mushroom person?
I love raw mushrooms. That's so weird. I love raw mushrooms. I'm not as fond of mushrooms when they're cooked. I cook them at home for Finn because he loves them. And I'm telling you, sliced, big mushrooms, sliced, thrown into a ripping hot pan, almost like illegal how hot that pan is. And the mushrooms start to like dance and squeak before I add any seasoning because it just doesn't give up that liquor as soon as you salt those fucking things. I hit it with a little bit of soy sauce and a little bit of crushed red pepper, and that's it. Oh, yeah. And it's fucking great with a steak. But outside of that, anytime mushrooms get cooked too much, I'm just out. It's one of those things that I'm out on unless you can convince me that you do it better than anyone, and I'll eat it tomorrow. I don't give a fuck. But I'm much more of a raw mushroom guy.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's one of those things, though, where I know it's not a universal Thanksgiving side, but like for me, it's something I always associate now. Right. Like, I want that side on Thanksgiving. I think this Thanksgiving we found a recipe for, it's like French onion dip. French onion soup dip specifically. And I was like, that looks good. Just a shit ton of caramelized onions with like all the other kind of like fixings like the cheese and all that stuff. It looks good.
I think French onion soup, and it's a food podcast, so I love that you bring that shit up. Like French onion soup is having its fucking moment.
Big time.
And so the French onion burgers around the city, you can have your choice of it. I think I'm going to do one with Gia because Gia rates French onion soups.
Yes, he doesn't account for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And even it's weird too, like the more that you learn about people, because when we originally had Gaz on, and I get along with Gaz very well, and I've been to a couple of restaurants with him. I had no idea he had a running list of the top 10 burgers in New York City that people pay attention to. And it's an elite list. And he's like a single guy, so he can get to try everything that kind of comes out. Everybody here, to one degree or another, is kind of a quasi foodie.
I think it's very. Some people just know how to edify it for people. You know what I mean? Like they'll do like an Instagram account or they'll keep a running list or whatever. Other people just don't. Bobby
Singh out here also is one of those guys that keeps me up on a lot of things. I don't know. It's almost like an easy thing to do. And particularly for me, just because I'm so fucking good at it. Holidays are coming up. Let's talk about gift cards. Starbucks holds almost $2 billion in the form of money people keep in the app or gift cards, right? So, and you guys know how gift cards work out. Starbucks issues this money, $2 billion, right? And each year the company books $200 million in what they call breakage from the balances that never get spent. So $2 billion in gift cards gets.
I do that all the time.
All the fucking time. Mm-hmm. And that's my whole point. $2 billion issued in gift cards per year. 200 million of that never gets used. So they just count it as breakage, which is just profits back to the company. That's real revenue without pouring a single latte. I don't even know where I got that from, weird facts or whatever. I'm not even going to check it because I'm guilty of that as well. I think that with very few exceptions, gift cards are the worst thing that you can give to me. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I actually made a point of this in, what was it? The 2 Secret Santas ago. Uh-huh. I was like, I fucking hate gift cards. And like Grayson like gave me a gift card.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no. But I love giving way more personal touch on gifts. I love giving gifts. And I think I've thought about it more over the years. I think it's kind of selfish. I'm like, I like the feeling of watching someone else open a gift I give them and liking it.
Yes.
So it's like, and it's not about being like altruism or anything like that. It's like, I feel good doing this, which is why I want to do
You're going to be a great father.
Yeah.
You're going to be a great father. Like, I got to be honest with you. Sometimes when I would go, particularly when I had the young kids, and I still play with toys as much as I can, but every time I gave it to, it was like that thing where I'm like, I'm not going to enjoy this, but man, I'm going to enjoy the shit out of fucking seeing my kids like this.
Yes.
And that's why I'm up till 4:00 in the morning. I think 3 Christmas Eves in a row, putting together bikes and Barbie dream houses and Papa shots and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that gift cards are thoughtless.
I think they're fine in a pinch, but like if you have time, if you have lead time, you should feel like, yeah.
But just know that most of them are not going to get used.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I have 3 in my wallet right now that are just collecting dust. Know that some gift cards have baked into them that they have an expiration date. Some of them like expire and some of them have shelf expirations. I found like an old Macy's gift card or some shit. And when I got it, it was for $100. And by the time that I used it, it had depreciated to 60. Yeah. After 3 years, they knock 20 off. After another 3 years, they knock another 20. Something like that, which the woman explained to me. She was like, I can see the history of this gift card. Mm-hmm. It was issued $100 and blah, blah. So I don't know.
Give cash at that point.
When we do the kids, when they were in grammar school, it was always like, you want to give their teachers a mug with a $25 Dunkin' Donuts gift card. Like that's what people did. And he was like, fuck that. And he just gave teachers cash. Mm-hmm. And the teachers were like, this is awesome.
Thank God, yeah.
Honestly, like if everybody who gave a $25 Dunkin' Donuts gift card to their kid's kindergarten teacher, I think the chances of her using that $250 in Dunkin' is probably slim or just not that exciting. If those same 10 people just all gave her $250
in cash, yeah,
I think that it's just a better idea.
Way better.
Yeah. So I mean, my mom sometimes gives me a gift card to Stu Leonard's because she knows I'm there a couple of times a week. I do some of my grocery shopping there, Uncle Giuseppe's, and then a couple of local places. And I use that, put it right into my wallet. It gets used. But for the most part, I'm not mad at you for not coming up with a better idea like, KenJac probably would, but don't give them to me. Don't fucking give them to me. Mm-hmm. Let's get people to know you a little bit. I usually say marry, fuck, kill, IHOP, Cracker Barrel, and Waffle House. Marry, fuck, kill, Cracker Barrel, IHOP, or Waffle House.
So this is actually kind of tough.
It is a tough one. And I didn't give it to you beforehand. I apologize.
I used to work at GNC in a mall, and the mall had an IHOP attached. And for years, I would just go to, there's a Panera next door. I did not like it. Okay. But for years, I'd go there. And then my coworker was like, why don't you go to IHOP? And I'm like, well, I don't want breakfast. Like, oh, they serve lunch, you know. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I went there and started getting lunch. And I'm like, burgers are great. Sandwiches are good. Like, everything was good. And I was like, oh, this is actually pretty solid. Cracker Barrel, I've only went like, I think once or twice. Nothing too super special, I'd say. And then Waffle House, I've only been to once. And it was, as I'm assuming most people's Waffle House experiences are. It's like very late.
Yeah.
Middle of the night. No fights. I kind of let down by that.
So you didn't get the splash of violence.
Yeah. I think Waffle House is necessary. We need like a public arena, like a gladiator arena in society. And that
you're fucking the shit out of that.
It provides that. So I'm definitely keeping that, fucking that. I'm going to marry, I think, the IHOP.
Yes.
Because the IHOP, it's standard. I would need like a sort of more serialized or a regular diner. You know what I mean? And I know I can trust that. Cracker Barrel, I've had like just it's kind of blasé to me.
And what about
kill Cracker Barrel?
Then specifically for you, marry, fuck, kill McDonald's, Jollibee, or Chick-fil-A. And that's where my second thing that I'm coming clean. I didn't expect Lana Rhodes to send in about turkey. So I came clean on that. I think you and I and Jeff were speaking about, is it Jollibee or Jollibee?
I think it's Jollibee, but
Jollibee,
I don't know.
yeah.
The Filipinos, they got something there.
We spoke about it years ago when I used to sit next to you guys, when we were kind of back to back. And I was like, oh, that place is great. I've never been. I lied to you guys right to your fucking faces. Just because I know about it so much.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like I was there, that it was just an easy lie to tell. And it's been bothering me ever since. I've still never been to Jollibee.
There's the closest one I think is like up on 39th and 8th.
Yeah, it's walking distance from here. But I think you or Jeff were probably one of the only people that I've seen bring it into the office.
We went to go get it because we knew they had like spaghetti with hot dogs or something.
Yes.
Like, that's so weird that a place sells that. So we went to get it. We bought it. It was not great, but their fried chicken is amazing. That's really, really good.
Right. And the gravy is supposed to be pretty good too.
Yeah. So it was, I would say marry Chick-fil-A, I'd kill McDonald's, and I would fuck Jollibee, because McDonald's I've never been like a super hardcore McDonald's person.
Yeah, I just had to throw it in there because it's such an institution.
Yeah, like fries, obviously, yeah, great. But everything else is just better places, I guess.
I'd like to go to Jollibee.
Yeah.
I'd like to figure out how to pronounce Jollibee before we do anything.
I just know the Philippines keeps that place in business.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, when you mention Malaysian culture, all of a sudden, since I can't kind of put my finger on it, I want to talk about everything that I've had that's Asian in and around the city, like crispy pata. I had this pig's foot.
Yeah.
I guess it was Tradicion. It was in the food hall up by Rockefeller Center. I think it might have been Filipino though, but they did a crispy pig foot with this black vinegar, and it knocked my eye out. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff is, even that black vinegar that I get when I go to Jean's famous, the rip noodles.
Oh, you get like soup dumplings or something?
Yeah, or the spicy cumin lamb noodles is what I get from there, and they're fantastic. But whatever that vinegar is on the side, man, it just fucking, it gives me a little bit of blood flow. But while we're talking about stuff that I necessarily can't pronounce correctly, Tony Chachere's. Tony Chachere's has been a staple in my
pantry?
Yeah, my pantry for a long time. I don't like to do a lot of pre-made rubs because I think when you make rubs for anything, it's a good way to clean out your pantry.
Sure.
Like all of a sudden get to stuff that you're not going to get to. And by the way, look at the bottom of those bottles. They do expire.
Yeah.
So that nutmeg that you've been keeping around since your grandmother passed away is now officially sawdust. But Tony Chachere's is something that I've always had in my pantry. And they just released a new flavor, so I'm going to tell you about it now. Less salt, more garlic, a clean hit of heat. It's a new blend based in the Tony's tradition. Used in place of salt and pepper. Comes from Tony Chachere's, but has more attitude, not replacing Tony's. So meet the all-new Cajun Kick. Seasoning built for people who don't do mild. Can you kick it? You can get this on your on the stores at your grocery store, or go to Tony Chachere's online and order it directly. But it's this new Cajun Kick. I'm going to do a sandwich of the month with it, I think in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to make, like, just to show people how delicious it is, I'm going to make like a garlic bread, but instead of using any seasonings or any garlic, I'm just going to butter a bread, toast it with the Tony Chachere's, and then make a sandwich on top of that.
Nice.
I think it's probably the best way, the purest way, just to let people know this stuff is the shit. So meet the all-new Cajun Kick seasoning for people who don't do mild. Can you kick it? Go look for it wherever you can. Tony Chachere's holds itself to a higher standard. I use them all the time. I think you should also.
Do you ever sous vide? That sounds like it'd be good with sous vide.
Yeah, so I think it's one of those things.
It's a cheat. It's the worst cheat in the world, but I like the product.
I've never had something that was sous vide, that was done by sous vide that I didn't enjoy immensely, but I've never done it.
Yeah.
I don't have the circulator, and I know that they're really easy to do now. You can do them in a 5-gallon bucket where you just kind of add that thing.
Yeah.
I just never did it. You a guy that
I love it.
120 degrees for ever, and then you just give it a sear on at the end.
Not even that long. Like you do like 2 hours on chicken. You could do 4 hours. I would do for chicken actually. Like 2 hours for pork or beef is fine. But dude, it's so good. It's so easy. And like you throw whatever you want into it, and you just immediately get that flavor because it sits and soaks in it forever.
Right.
So like you're like, hey, I kind of want like rosemary on this. Like you throw in fresh rosemary into it. You throw in some of that. You can throw in like just paprika. You can throw in like any other thing that you're like thinking of.
Right.
You just toss it into the bag and it just absorbs all that flavor. Like you were saying, when you're done, just sear, done.
And but you have to vacuum seal, right? I mean, that's one of the things
I don't
too.
think you necessarily have to, but like
you got to get most of it out. Yeah. And I get jealous sometimes when I see people throwing a really beautiful steak. They put a couple pats of butter. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they kind of vacuum seal it, almost like you're about to eat one of those like frozen Factor meals. Yeah. Then you pop it in that little circulator and then do your magic to it afterwards. So yeah, it's something I haven't done. Might be a good gift as opposed to a gift card for me. You know what I mean?
Those are like $60, I think.
Yeah, I think it's really, really approachable. A lot of people do them without any kind of problems right now.
Yeah, but you could have to get like the other stuff, which might be more. But like the actual circulator, I think is like $60. I think
is it?
The one I got that I've been using for, I don't know, 4 years now. Something like that.
You know what I thought was something that I wanted to show you? I was looking at this on Instagram and somebody had said, did you know that Sweet Baby Ray from Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce? I think I spoke about this before. Sweet Baby Ray from Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce is a white guy.
Isn't the picture a white guy?
This guy, right? No, there is no picture on it. There's no picture on it.
There's like a cowboy.
There was a Stubbs has like
Stubbs one. Is it? Yeah.
So Sweet Baby Ray's, which is very popular in the black community and whatnot, these guys had dropped a dime on it that it's actually made by a white guy. And they weren't being racist. They weren't saying that they were going to go about it. I found it to be kind of, interesting. So when I did it, the first comment that popped up was Frank the Tank. That's why it sucks. You know what I mean? So as much as I'm dancing around the issue that, it doesn't mean anything, Frank goes right to the fucking throat of it, which I absolutely love.
It's kind of like that guy, who's it, Bobby? Who's the guy that's like, I bet you wondering where I've been.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
That guy's white, which still shocks people.
His voice is something else. What the hell is his name
Bobby
now?
Something, I forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, people still are shocked when they learn he's white.
And even Michael McDonald.
Yeah,
I think people think, I'm a B.
Do you watch the documentary about the making of We Are the World?
No, but I remember that.
Fascinating.
I remember that vividly. That was my 8th grade graduation song. We had to sing it.
They have a ton of behind the scenes footage from that whole thing.
Right.
It's like, what's his name? Lionel Richie setting it all up, and like with all these insane mega stars of the time period. But it's very fascinating. I think that's on Netflix, but that's a really good one. Very worth watching. 32.
Okay. So there's a huge, and that's another thing which I think is a testament to your intellect. I don't want to blow you too much, but as a testament to, I don't know, the way about you. I feel as comfortable talking to you being 20 years my junior as I think you are probably talking to my son who's 15 years your junior.
Like a TikToker or some bullshit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's something that you need, particularly in this. Like, you got to be able to talk to Unc. By the way, I love when people call me Unc. Fucking, I'm
oh, God, I got crushed with that at the wedding. We had like
it's tough. First Unc is tough.
Yeah.
But now I'm swimming in it and I love it.
We had like a, what do you call it? Like a phone where you could leave messages for us. And all of her younger cousins just said like, hey, congrats, Jack. You're Unc now. You're Unc. And they all started like chanting it, like 50 of them chanting into the phone. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. You're the old guy. I'm going to get back to it then when you're with your family. When you were growing up, was your mom or dad, did you grow up traditional household, mom and dad there?
Yeah, mom and dad, mom, Italian food, all fantastic.
Very good cook. Where did you grow up? What town?
Long Island in Bayshore.
Okay, Bayshore. Okay.
Yeah. My mom is a fantastic Italian cook. The funniest thing, I say this sometimes, she'd kill me for it. I thought that I hated steak for a very long time, but I found out as an adult, it's because my mom just didn't know how to cook steak.
Okay.
So forever, I just thought like, oh, steak sucks. Why does anyone eat this? And it's just because like my mom was like fucking feeding 10 kids, like,
Right.
3 kids and my dad. But like, she just like did not have time to do any of that properly.
Right.
But all of her Italian food was like still out of this world. Every time, like her meatball recipe, for example, like I'd go to, I think I'm the only other person besides her that knows it, and it's passed down her mom, grandma, great grandma. And that one still, anytime anyone tries it, knocks their socks off.
Is it fried?
No.
Oh, okay. So is it baked?
It is baked.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there is some sort of cook on it before it's dropped into the sauce.
I'm gonna limit the amount of information.
Please, okay, but give me a little bit.
Sig into your what?
Give me a little bit though. It is cooked a little bit before it dropped into the sauce.
It is pure baked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll bring you some. I'll bring you some.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Because so I like a firm meatball. I like one that, you know.
Definitely a little bit softer, I would say. But it is. I think you would like it. I'll make you some.
Please, because Rayo's meatballs don't do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Brooklyn Roots the other day, and I had said in the voiceover it has a solid meatball, which is the type I like. And somebody said, "What do you mean by that?" I was like, sometimes when people use a lot of that panade,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That I think it takes over the meatball. And mine, I almost like to be almost burger-like.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like almost more meat than ball, more meat than filler.
Yeah.
So if you do that, then fucking sign me up. I'll go there and I'll make it with you.
Sure. Yeah.
Which you're not inviting me to do because you're keeping it close to the vest.
This is like national security.
And I
My mom
appreciate
would
it.
Kill me if I give the recipe.
What's her maiden name?
Ferrante.
Oh, so she is.
Yeah.
She's Gindaloon.
Super Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your dad like? What's your dad like in the kitchen?
My dad only really he'd make like simple shit, but like Polish stuff sometimes.
Okay.
Like stuffed cabbage, pierogi, stuff like that.
But that's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Right.
Very, very strange grouping of foods, I would say.
So then when you get on your own and you have your first kitchen and whatnot, where are you as far as culinarily? Is your kung fu pretty strong? Do you owe that all to your parents, or is it something that you were like, no, I fell in love with the Food Network and now I'm doing just about anything?
I would say like somewhere in between that. Also, my uncle like ran a couple restaurants, so like he was also big into that down in Brooklyn or Bed-Stuy, or what was it? Yeah, something Park Slope. But yeah, so like that, him being into that too. I remember because he was dating a Food Network chef for a while, and I
Which
had like
one?
lived with him. Danushka something, some Russian lady.
Okay.
But I remember the first time, like, because I stayed with him while I was doing like a summer course in Brew College, and he was with her, and she would like teach us stuff like how to cook, and she was so like intense about it that made me think like, oh, this is cool. Like you can like put more effort than just making mac and cheese into making an actual meal, and it pays off. So yeah, that was.
So where are you now? Do you feel like you can pick up just about any? How do you feel like you are compared to the rest of the animals who are right outside this door? If you were saying in the echelon of good cooks, I guess the top of the food chain would be Chef Donnie.
Chef Donnie for
here
sure.
at Barstool, and the bottom of the food chain might be Frank the Tank. Because every time I see Frank cooks, even though he tries, and I think it's awesome, he does document his failures with it, and some of the stuff looks absolutely disgusting.
He like handles raw meat with the same hand he's using to like drink something. Like, it's tough.
It's crazy.
I think I'd be like in the. I'm definitely not in like the top 10, but I'd be like somewhere after
higher echelon though. You'd be in the top quartile.
So. My wife would be like in the top. She's so good. But
okay, so talk to me about her.
Yeah, she's very good at like photographic memory, like figuring out like how a recipe works like very quickly, and then also after that, winging it, throwing her own stuff onto it. She makes this lemon pasta that's so goddamn good, like lemon udon pasta, which is insanely good. Pastina, a lot of Italian stuff too. She's
really
good at it, yeah.
And where does that come from? Just her family being in restaurants and whatnot?
I think that, and she also just looks up a lot of stuff. Like she's constantly like surfing, trying to find new recipes to try out. So she's very good at it.
How great is the kitchen that you guys are in your apartment?
So now we moved out of our apartment right before our wedding, and we're like, okay, we'll save a little bit more money. So we moved into our parents' house.
Okay.
So right now we're at our parents for the next few months till that.
Where are they?
Is when we after house out in New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna do in Union County, like right nearby. So they have a big ass kitchen, which is great.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
When we first bought our first house in Ridgewood, we've had a couple of houses there since. The people we bought it from, it was a small little Tudor. The people we bought it from, one of the wife was a chef. So we moved into this house. And again, it was very small, but it had a wonderful backyard. Like the garden in the backyard, they kept impeccable. So much so that I knew I was going to have to get somebody to keep it up because I've never mowed a lawn in my life. 53 years old. I've never mowed a lawn in my life.
Yeah, most people wouldn't brag about that.
Yeah. I'm not much of a man. And the kitchen was all fucking just top of the line stuff.
Nice.
And then I got laid off for temporary. I was laid off for like a year from one shop while Annie was still working and we didn't have any kids. And she was doing well for herself. So I had a sugar mommy for almost a full year.
Tremendous.
Yeah. And I that's when the Food Network really first started coming into its own. So I would drive her to the New York Stock Exchange every morning from Ridgewood, New Jersey. I'd go to the gym, don't laugh. And then I'd come home, I'd watch like something like with a very young Rachel Ray. Emerald was still kind of king of the airways at the time. I'd go shopping and then I'd have a gourmet meal ready for her probably 4 nights a week.
Yeah.
And I think that's what took me that year off where I had the sugar mommy. I think that is what made me into what I consider one of the better cooks here at Barstool. And I think you're giving yourself too much of a disservice. Like I think
maybe discounting how bad some people here are.
Yeah, I think most people here are fucking terrible. Like honestly, they are. So I don't know. It's one of those things that whenever you start it, I think it's worse than pickleball or golf or anything like that because it's my biggest hobby by far. And I spend a lot of fucking money on it, just like most people do with their other hobbies. And I'm insanely happy with the fact that I did it because now I can see my kids, you know, like my 15-year-old daughter gets up and soft boils an egg.
Yeah.
Like, you know, does like little things that I don't think other kids are necessarily doing where they're normally like pouring cereal or doing whatever. So I'm hoping that it becomes something that like there's generations of fat people with my last name. We try to do something every week and it's called I Gotta Try This.
Okay. Where
I see something new that I gotta try. So I'm gonna run it by you. I'm going to do it probably this week or next. This is one of those ones that's very very gettable. And that's the ice cream dipped in butter at Papa D'Amour, which is down on 64 University Place. So they do soft serve.
I gotta look this up. Sorry, go ahead.
When I was a kid, I loved chapstick, the cherry chapstick. I loved the smell of it. Ooh. And so I couldn't help but eat it every now and again, and it tasted disgusting. And it wasn't until I started to go to Dairy Queen when I was a little bit older, because we didn't have Dairy Queens in Brooklyn at the time, and I never did a dip at Carvel. But Dairy Queen does that cherry dip.
Yeah.
And Mr. Frosty does it too. Mr. Frosty, the trucks do it too. I mean, and all of a sudden when I ate that, and I had to have been, it wasn't until I was about 15 or 16 when I first tried it, it was eye-opening because that tasted like I wish cherry chapstick tasted. And it both had that same thing. So I've always been a magic shell, cherry dip, anything that hardens on top of soft ice cream, count me in. So this fancy pants place downtown is now doing it with butter.
Yeah.
And it's like vanilla ice cream, same thing as you would at Dairy Queen with the cherry dip, right into the butter. Butter starts to form a crust or a shell right away, and they hit it with some flaky sea salt as it's hardening. Does that sound good or bad to you?
I think it depends on how like what the butter's consistency was. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like if it became like a thicker shell, gross. But like if it was like a very thin shell,
it looks almost subtle, like almost like you can see the vanilla inside the ridges. Yeah. So I don't think, but it's butter on top of ice cream. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, I can't wait to try it. Like honestly, the segment that we're going to try to do is I got to try this. This is a perfect example of something that I hope it doesn't go away or it's seasonal or something, because I haven't seen it anywhere else before I get a chance to go down there and try it, because it's something that does give me a little bit of blood flow. Yeah. Right? Does that make sense?
I like that.
What do you think?
I would try it.
You might have a diabetic attack, but
I think I might have a diabetic attack, but it's but I'm thinking that it's going to be worth it. What's the lesser of two evils? Wake Forest football head coach Jake Dickert or P. Diddy?
What did Wake Forest coach do?
He marinates his burgers in Sprite. P. Diddy puts applesauce on his. What's worse from you? So before he takes his, I don't know, what are those, the Bubba burgers? Yeah. You know, the frozen ones? I think he defrosts them in the Sprite.
Would it not just disintegrate?
I don't know. I have no idea, but he says that it adds like a sweetness to his burgers and that the players all love it, as opposed to P. Diddy, who you know has some other problems. But one of the things that he loves to put on his burgers is applesauce. I need you to pick one.
They both are mishandling their meat in ways you cannot even imagine.
But I don't think I hate the applesauce thing. because I love applesauce on a pork chop.
Yeah, of course.
Like it just kind of goes with anything, even like a breaded chicken cutlet. I don't mind if there's applesauce in and around. So I think I'm fully Team Diddy on this one, and I don't get to say that too often.
Yeah, I think if you put other things around that burger too, you could make that into like if that was on like a pretzel bun. If you put that
see, that's why I have you here.
A little bit of arugula, maybe the cranberry, like you were saying,
maybe
something
the
in there.
Cranberry stuff, yeah.
Cranberry pretzel bun, like in the actual bread.
Yeah. Maybe applesauce in the cranberry sauce and the squeeze bottle, so it's a cran apple type thing.
Yeah, and then there's something there. The Sprite thing, I can't even begin to wrap my head around. Like,
okay, so
how does that not evaporate?
So then just clip this. He's Team Diddy.
I'm absolutely Team Diddy.
Right. Let's talk about movies because that's what you do. I will tell you that The Running Man, I go see it. It's a good popcorn movie, especially go see it in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big proponent of seeing stuff in the theaters.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I know that you're a big proponent of the arts in general, and I know you don't want theaters to go away. But I will tell you that I have an affinity towards the original that I didn't have going to see this movie. Sure. And whether it's a reimagining or a remake, I think it's because Arnold Schwarzenegger is just probably the greatest action hero of all time. And I'm telling you right now, and I know the difference between remake and reimagining that we'd gone over before, but if you look at what they'd done with Harrison Ford and Blade Runner, with Ryan Gosling and Blade Runner, whatever, I think everybody loved the reimagining of it. I think what they did with Dune also is another good example about that, even though Dune was a huge action movie at that time that wasn't with the star power outside of Sting in that original cast. Yeah. I don't think they're able to do it with any Arnold movie. I think as the Terminators started to go along, they got worse and worse. And the reason is because of his character. I think that Predator did get worse and now it's getting better.
Thank God, yeah, it's getting good again.
But it's getting better because they're concentrating on the monster because I don't think they can recreate Dutch.
No.
I think, there's got to be Conan. Like Conan the Barbarian.
They did. They tried to make it
with Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
And it was fucking dog shit. So they did bring in a big, handsome, muscular, actiony, soon to be Aquaman type guy, and it didn't work. I'm not saying that Conan the Barbarian or The Destroyer or anything like that were the top of cinema. T2 maybe, Predator maybe. I think that Arnold Schwarzenegger is untouchable for reimagining or remakes because it's very tough to match that star power.
He has a very weird, like his B list of movies are very like so tied into him and his like sort of charisma and personality. And he was like just like a fascinating guy. Like he couldn't act in Germany because they thought he had a hick accent to them.
Yes.
They didn't like him. And he goes over here, obviously becomes Mr. Olympia, all that stuff. And at that time, all the action heroes were thin.
Yes.
Like you were Steve McQueen. You were like skinny, thin, wiry.
Right.
You were Gene Hackman.
Man, I didn't think about that.
And then when he comes and Stallone comes in, there becomes like an arms race. And now everyone needs to be super jacked again.
Right.
And then that kind of tapers off around the time of Die Hard in the 90s. And then they start getting skinny again. And then like, it kind of ebbs and flows a lot.
I didn't think about that body type. But even with like Stallone, when you think about the original Judge Dredd, which I dug, I thought there was, goofy and campy. But then they do Dredd. And it blows it out of the fucking water. Yeah. And then you even think Rocky. I mean, there's an argument that some people think that the Creed reiteration, and again, it's not a 1-for-1 or anything, like it's serviceable to most, better to some, even though that's an iconic movie. I mean, I know Rocky does sit in a pantheon to a certain degree, but there are people that can be replaced in these reimaginings. I don't think you can fucking touch Arnold.
He's very tough, and they've tried. Like they made a Total Recall remake that was
stunk.
Terrible.
It fucking stunk. That's another one.
A bunch of Predators, bad. They did like a lot of other adaptations of stuff that he was in, including even they grafted his face onto like the other things for, I don't know if it was Terminator Salvation or if it was Genesis or something.
Yeah, one of them.
Whatever, they're all bad.
So much so that they had to bring the old ass guy back, right?
Exactly, and that still didn't work. But yeah, there is something so tied into what type of actor he was, and I love that whole late 90s into or late 80s into 90s period where he was just playing like American guys that inexplicably have German accents.
Austrian accents, yeah.
Or like
Commando.
Commando is Dutch.
Oh, yes, yeah.
But
yeah.
in Jingle All the Way, his name's Howard Langston.
Right.
And he just inexplicably has a German accent.
Right.
Or like Collateral, or was it Collateral? What, all these movies, he just has the most inexplicable regular name and just thick German accent.
Yeah.
Or Austrian, whatever.
But I mean, I just think about that Murderer's Row of like True Lies.
Yeah, True Lies is what I think of, sorry.
Yeah, but Collateral Damage was one of his also. All those ones, Kindergarten Cop,
End of Days.
Twins, End of Days, which had that like, satanic thing going on and whatnot.
What was the one where Eraser
with that fucking weird gun?
Cool ass gun.
Yeah. I just don't, I would, if somebody was to say to me, who's the best actor from the 80s and 90s, he would not jump up onto my list at all. But if I had to say who's one of the more irreplaceable type guys, if you're going to do reimaginings, I think he nails a lot of franchises shut.
He's like
not just movies, I think franchises.
An undeniable like movie star.
Yeah.
Like he has a very clear like gravitational pull to people.
Last Action Hero,
exactly. Like he just has that pull on to people.
Yeah, Planet Hollywood was fucking like people don't understand. It's a joke now. Planet Hollywood, like the idea of it's a joke to most people, but when they open it up, that was like a museum to a whole generation of people. So anyway, but I really do appreciate the invite and whatnot, and I do want to do Sisu 2 with you.
Yes, absolutely.
If we can somehow fit that into the schedule.
You know what's funny too, by the way, before I forget, I interviewed Stallone briefly for
That's awesome.
Tulsa King 2, or Tulsa King Season 3,
Yeah.
and I was talking to him about this movie, and I asked him if there was any movie, because him and Arnold went like tit for tat on everything. Like
Yes.
they constantly trying to get each other's roles. Arnold once like screwed him into taking a bad role. You ever hear about that?
No.
Arnold, there's this movie called Stop or My Grandma Will Shoot.
I remember it. Yeah.
So Arnold told his publicist to make it known that he wanted to take that role and that he loved the script. And he made it known. And then Stallone made a beeline to take that role from him. And Stallone hated it. He did not want it at all.
Really?
Or rather, Arnie didn't want it. So he doesn't take it. The movie stunk. Terrible. Awful.
Yeah.
And then Arnie, after the fact, told Stallone, he's like, yeah, I didn't want that.
Oh, really?
I just did that to tie you up for a while in a bad project.
And then they get back together with Expendables.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is just...
Yeah, and I asked him like, well, if you could take one of Arnie's roles, like any one of the roles over the years, which one would you take? And he said Total Recall. Out of all the movies that from Arnie to take, you could take Predator, Terminator, all of those.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I want Total Recall.
I don't hate that at all.
Yeah.
The thing with Total Recall too, I don't think they did the 3 tits, or they did but they never showed them.
Yeah, not physically. You saw that
like
there was 3 breasts.
Right, but it was on like a car like display, right? Wasn't she or something like that?
Do you ever watch Kung Pao?
Enter the Fist.
Yeah.
That
the
was
one
also...
lady with the one boob.
Yes,
the one giant
exactly.
boob.
Yeah.
We got to work on a 4 boob lady.
Yeah,
That's
we
the next
do.
step.
Yeah, that's going to bring it
Just
to the next level.
At that point, I guess.
How do you feel about us going to Paramount, to their offices, to their screening room, and they put out some soft drinks,
really nice
water, some popcorn, 3 different flavors, a bunch of candies that you traditionally, have at a movie theater, and then a bunch of drinks, beer, wine, and sangria to just to kind of nail it down. And it was lovely. Really, really nice experience. And we go in there. How unclassy is it for me then in the middle of the movie to reach into my bag and open up the tinfoil?
I did not care as long as you were not filming. That is the only thing I was like,
and I wouldn't. I was going to. And then when I got there, I was like, I'm being held to a higher standard here. But I did have a baguette with cranberry mustard, fresh ham, a couple of cornichons, and some like Gruyere or something. And it was fucking delicious. In general, as someone who wants to support the arts and wants people to keep coming to the theaters and knowing that theaters make a lot of their money on concessions, how much of a scumbag am I for never going to a movie now? And I go to a movie once a week. I never go to a movie without sneaking in at least one food item. And oftentimes I save the cup. I bring it back
the next time.
I smuggle the cup back in with the lid and I just get a fresh straw. That's how fucking cheap I am. When it comes to movies, it's the only time, it's not the only time, but I will tell you, it's glaringly the most consistent time that I'm a cheap fuck.
Yeah.
And I sneak in movie cups. How disgustingly embarrassing is that? And how much of it does that knock me down in your eyes?
I do like the idea of like a concession stand person being like, why are you refilling a cup that has like Mission Impossible 4 on it?
Or the Christmas thing and I'm going to
like
July.
Christmas thing in July, yeah. No, I think the bringing your own food in is always to me kind of a function of like what type of movie it is, as long as like you know what type of movie it is.
Right.
Like I would, like me and Jeff made a ton of videos about this, especially early on. We brought in like a rotisserie chicken into, I think it was Be Pretty. or something like that. The Amy or whatever name of this movie, Amy Schumer movie. And like we would do that, bring cereal in, make bowls of cereal, like stuff like that, and for fun. And I think if you're bringing a movie into like, or bringing food into like a popcorn movie or whatever, like,
right?
Shit. Like if you're bringing that into like Parasite or something, that's a little bit different.
Right.
And I think if you were trying to steal from smaller mom and pop ones,
Never
sneak into there, it'd be different.
Yes.
If you're like AMC and like Regal,
almost exclusively AMC.
yeah, I'm not going to be as like anal about that, but I would be more so if it was AMC and you're bringing it to like a prestige movie. I'd be like, it's because it's a little bit classy.
Do you know of anybody else who recycles the cups? I mean, I recycle the cups until I'm sitting in a movie and it'll start dripping on my lap, and I'll be like, oh, this one's gone
done?
12 times.
You might be the only person I know
Okay.
that brings the cups. The cups is a new one for me.
And I think you know me, I'm not a cheap guy. Like, I don't think I don't cut a lot of coupons or anything like that. It's just something that I do. And it was that.
It's a rush. Yeah, you're a klepto.
Yeah, and we fell in love with Lord of the Rings, my whole family, my wife and I, and particularly my son Finn also. So if we would go see like a 3-hour Lord of the Rings, I would bring like a thermos of tea and some carrot cake, and we'd almost have like
a little concession stand your own. Yeah.
But I will never bring anything that stinks.
Yeah,
I'll never bring a rotisserie chicken or anything. And to your point, I try to only do it at popcorn movies, because when I brought a sandwich in to Chappaquiddick, it was so fucking quiet until she goes off the bridge that I'm sitting there with this thing in my lap. And every time I go to crinkle it, the whole theater could hear me. It was just like one of those quiet. It just didn't work out. So when she goes off the bridge in this crash, that's when I dug into my fucking sandwich. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So there is a time and a place, and I'm extremely respectful of that.
Let me ask you something.
Go.
We had thought about this for a little while, because like just discussion, very obviously super early, like just baby named stuff.
Right.
I'm kind of fucked because Ted is a great name.
Ted's a great name.
I can't use that. Ted. I can't do Ted Kennedy.
Use Ted Kennedy.
I don't want to use Joe.
You can't
Kennedy.
use Bobby.
I can't really use
John.
Robert. Can't use John.
Oh man,
they took all the fucking good Bible names and some of the other good ones too.
Yeah, Jamie Kennedy.
Definitely
too.
Can't do Rosemary.
Can't do Rosemary. Yeah, you certainly
can. Lobotomized her.
Right. Yeah, those bastards.
They took a lot of good names. It really sucks.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
I feel bad. My dad was born in like the same week that JFK got killed, and they named him John. So he got screwed his entire life.
Right. And
even me with Jack, because that was his nickname, I guess.
Right.
Like whenever I'd have like an older teacher or something, they'd all be like, oh, I remember where it was when he died. I'm like, okay. Like, cool.
I never thought of that. You know what you could probably get away with, and tread lightly, but maybe Adolf. Adolf Kennedy wouldn't be, and
Benito,
you could bring that back. Benito,
Pol
Pot Kennedy.
Pol Pot Kennedy.
It'd be hyphenated, right? But that would be fucking perfect. What's the best thing that you could sneak into a movie if you were me? Like, I enjoy ham and bear, like one of those things that's real simple on a baguette, fresh ham, and some sweet cream butter. Like, that's my ultimate movie thing. It's also what I like to bring on airplanes.
I think anything that you can wrap up and like hand food that is clean.
Rotisserie chicken, no.
Yeah, I think anything where you need a fork or a knife is crazy.
Right.
But I think if you're doing anything any sort of hand food that doesn't smell is good. Like you're saying deli wrap or something.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
What do you think that'll ever work, having the when I lived down in Atlanta, they had something called the Buckhead Backlot. And the Buckhead Backlot.
Is that strip club?
Yeah, you would think, right? But it was like the precursor to the AMC dine-ins.
Gotcha.
And they have those all around now under different like umbrellas and whatnot. Do you think those will ever work? Because I've never gone to one where I've had a very good experience, and I need things to hit. I need it to be a good movie and a good meal. Yeah. I've never had that unicorn.
I think that it depends on it's another thing where it really depends on the movie. Like the first time I saw Blade Runner 2049, which is an visual insane experience. I saw it at an AMC dine-in in Chicago, and it was terrible. Because your lights are still on, people are ordering food and shit. And this is such like a you need to be dialed in movie. So I had to go back and rewatch it in IMAX like the next, because I saw it like the day it came out and went the next day again.
Sure.
That's terrible. I saw Pearl in Alamo Drafthouse. Not a great experience because it's
I'd imagine
to be zoned in.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to watch, like for example, Running Man. I think Running Man would be a great experience in a dine-in.
Because you can miss stuff.
You can miss stuff. You can hear stuff happening in the background, clanking. That's fine. And like you can have the lights more than just dim and you'll be okay. So I think it just really depends on the movie.
Are you still buying the commemorative popcorn buckets that they're doing now? It used to be kind of cute, quirky, imaginative, sometimes a little cheeky, right? You know what I mean? They look like...
Did you see the new one for Now You See Me?
They have them for every fucking movie. And I didn't see the Now You See Me, but Now You See Me I think comes out this week, right? Part 2. Well, Now You See Me, Now You Don't is part 3.
It should be Now You 3 Me. They really They fucked it up.
Yeah. No, you threw me.
Would have been perfect.
What's the commemorative?
It's like an illusion box. So like it's like a mirror on it. So like you put the popcorn in, then you open it up and it looks like it's empty. Like,
that's kind of
clever.
cool. Yeah. And they're all like $45.
Yeah.
Right. But you get them and you sort of, are you a collector of them? Because you have a couple, or is it just kind of random?
I have like 2 or 3 where, so I have the Dune one, obviously, which is the one that kind of sparked it all. I got a Gladiator one because I screwed up and I asked them for the Gladiator one at AMC and I didn't realize I guess it was a Regal one because they had a really cool like augmented reality version where it was like a Coliseum. And so I asked them at AMC, like, okay, I have the commemorative bucket. And they brought it out and it was just like this piece of shit. And I was too embarrassed to be like, oh, actually your guys sucks. Right. Yeah. And I didn't want that one. So I got that one. And I kind of think I have a few other small Wolverine from Deadpool and a couple other ones.
And Wolverine from Deadpool, that's like the fleshlight.
Yes, very much like the fleshlight. They gave that one out for free though. That was not a purchase.
Okay. Before we go any further, I'm just going to hit one more ad right now. And this one is by Cash App. For all of the parents out there with teenagers, we know you're already trying to keep a million different things under control. Cash App is here to help make sure your teens' money and their spending isn't adding to that craziness. With the Cash App card available to teens 13 to 17 with sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, every transaction triggers a real-time notification for you to see, empowering your teen to practice independence while giving you peace of mind by keeping track of their spending. You can also manage everything directly from your own Cash App account without having to switch between the two. Finally, with Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance requirements, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money. With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring, and if something ever feels off, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap. Parents, it's time to start focusing on your teen's financial learning and growth instead of stressing about the fine print. If you're ready to give your teen more independence while staying in the loop, start by downloading Cash App and setting up their account today. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. All right, let's...
Can I ask you a money question?
Go ahead.
Speaking of. So today, Michael Burry, I don't know if you saw this.
No.
He dissolved his hedge fund.
Really?
Or deregistered it, I guess. And the last thing that he did was that he shorted... Palantir.
Oh, really?
The AI thing. So he shorted $9 million, I think, to make $250 if the AI bubble collapses.
Really?
Yeah. So this is a guy from The Big Short, the dude, Michael, the Christian Bale character. Is that like a warning sign thing? If you see one of these guys, they're just like, who gives a shit?
No, absolutely not with Michael Burry.
Yeah, not with him.
He's more of a miss than a hit guy.
He's called 8 of the last 1 crashes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
makes sense.
So he's not the guy that moves the needle for me. Whereas a lot of the comps that pop up right away are guys that I would pay attention to much more.
This guy's a home run hitter, but he's when he swings, he's doing like the cartoonish 360 degree.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
One of those things. I think Kevin had just put in front of me one of the guys from The Big Short too to potentially interview. I just don't know where exactly I could fit that in. Mm-hmm. It's been so long since I've been part of Wall Street. I sort of feel like on the outside looking in.
Gotcha.
I'm going to ask you some questions. You're going to give me your honest opinion. These are questions that I had sent you beforehand.
Yes.
You go to drunk fast food order.
I love the cheesy gordita crunch is my number one. Taco Bell, cheesy gordita crunch, always. Because you get the combination hard, soft, cheese, Baja sauce, whatever they put on it.
Yeah.
Meat, beet cheese, lettuce. What more do you want?
Do you agree that you feel like less shitty after eating Taco Bell than you do most other fast food? I feel that way.
Yeah, people always make like a big joke out of that too. They're like, "Oh, you eat Taco Bell, you're pooping all the time."
You're renting it. Yeah,
not really.
I don't get it.
Pretty good after.
Yeah, I think it gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
You soft or hard when it comes to these foods? Tacos, you hard shell or soft shell? Because gordita gives you both.
Your gordita gives you both. If I were to had to pick one, it would firmly always be soft.
Okay.
I always love soft. Not a big fan of hard. Just eat chips.
Okay.
You want to eat chips.
Okay. Don't judge me because I'm a hard shell guy. I just want your answers. Not
have
a
nacho.
Yeah.
Have some nachos.
Soft serve or hand packed when it comes to ice cream?
Soft serve for sure.
Yeah.
Big time.
Pretzels, a hot soft pretzel or a hard pretzel that you get in the bag?
Actually, if you look up the Bavarian Legend, which is the AMC.
Yes, I had
pretzel,
it once.
I'm like one of the top results is me holding this giant ass fucking
Get out of
soft
here. 3,400 calories or something like that, right? That
an insane amount. I think I would go with soft. Like there's that one company I think it's a New Jersey one. They give you all the soft pretzels with like all these different dipping sauces. And
Yes.
stuff. I forget the name of it, but
I just ordered from them. I have them in my freezer.
yeah. So
And they give you the salt on the side too to give it a little paint at the end.
Yeah.
All right, so a hot, soft one. Bacon. Do you like it well done, or do you like a little bit of toothiness to the bacon, but still a little give?
I like it softer.
Yeah, me too.
I like it softer. I like it like a little bit because it feels like you're eating more of a piece of meat. And I feel like when it's bacon, that's super well done. It's like you're eating bacon bits, and like that's just. Not
I agree with you.
experience.
My wife is a well done bacon person, and sometimes when I'm disappointed with how I overcook bacon, she's like, "No, that's perfect for me." But I think it's because the Irish household with like the back bacon.
Yeah.
You know, which kind of is more like a ham because it's from the loin or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm basically on the same side. How do you take your eggs?
I feel like I usually just do fried. Like I'm pretty simple with eggs, but
Over
I'll
easy?
take them all the way. Although I actually, you know what I do love? I do love a hard boiled egg, and honestly, deviled eggs in general.
Hard boiled egg or a soft boiled egg?
Hard boiled, I would say.
A hard boiled?
I like
Okay.
soft boiled too, but if I were to pick between,
I need you to pick one. What is your favorite way for an egg to be prepared? Hard boiled, fried, or deviled? Because no one has mentioned deviled as their favorite way to take their eggs. And that
between
is
those three,
fucking-
I would say deviled.
Yeah, I think that's revolutionary. And I didn't even think of it being on the board.
Yeah.
So you just opened my eyes. Favorite beverage, hot or cold?
I would say cold. I almost drink nothing that's hot.
Really?
Period. Overall, like no hot coffee, no hot tea, no hot anything. I love everything cold.
What's your favorite cold beverage?
I live off cold brew, so it'd be
Okay.
cold brew for sure.
Understood. Favorite condiment and least favorite condiment? I don't think I had that on your list.
No, that's fine. I think favorite condiment. It's kind of maybe it's too nebulous, but like Kewpie mayo.
Oh, yeah.
I think because Kewpie mayo you can combine with anything and make the best aioli you've ever had in your entire life.
Right. It's different. Least favorite. What's one that people put on a plate and you're like, I have no fucking need for that?
That's a good question. Worst condiment.
This is where people actually reveal shit like I can't stand mustard, and then I just
I
can't be
love
friends
mustard.
with them. Yeah,
And that's another thing. You combine mustard and Kewpie mayo, and you put it in
Oh
something.
my
You have an
God,
amazing
yeah.
You rub something with mustard, you have an incredible marinade.
yeah, it's a great binder.
Incredible. And I'm trying to think, who would be the worst one? I don't know. I have to get back to that. 'Cause
Okay.
There's certain hot sauces where I'm not thrilled on. Like I'm not like a dump hot sauce and stuff person.
Right.
So some of them I would be. I don't.
I can't take a lot of the extra hot either.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hurt twice.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the Tim Duncan of foods?
So
You thought about this one.
I thought about this one. I put down, and it might be like I don't know, uninspired pick, but I love the Turkey Club.
And that's not uninspired. That Nate's answer was a turkey sandwich. And I can't tell you how many people had written in being like, I hate Nate, but I like the pick, you know? And
Yeah.
it's one of those things. If you're sitting on a bed in a hotel with nothing to do and the only thing open is still like the hotel services, you don't feel like, Uber Eatsing or something like that. A turkey club is consistently one of the greatest things.
Fuck up.
It's tough to fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The turkey mayo. Sometimes you could make it expanded like a turkey BLT.
Yeah.
Sometimes too.
Yeah. Oh, if there's not bacon on them, send it back.
Sliced turkey, bread,
Yeah.
some cheese.
What's most overrated food you think people pretend to like?
There's one which it's very specific, and I don't know how many people I'd be like, oh, they love this, but at least among my wife's family, they love, and I guess Asian in general, like hot and sour soup. I hate. I despise the taste of sour in general.
Right.
It's like the one thing. Like I love pretty much all food. Sour is not my thing, but hot and sour soup, it disgusts me. Like I hate it.
I love hot and sour soup.
I've never. It's one of those things I've never enjoyed it. I don't know how sour and soup could be something where like that's something I need that.
I like Tom Yam,
Tom Yam,
which also
yeah.
does have like that sourness to it, and then you add the lime. Hot and sour soup also has a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of particulate
gooey.
matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I can understand that.
Yeah.
What's the greatest food you've never eaten?
I was trying to think of one that was good for this, and I actually think because I saw Francis eating it was like this. I've never had suckling pig. I don't think. I
Oh,
don't think
it's
I've ever had
fantastic.
it, and
Yeah.
it always looks good. The crispy skin on the outside, the softer interior. It always looks really good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had it, so that would be the one I would say.
Is there one of those ones that you refuse to try?
Like a popular food that I would.
Yeah,
I
like
would
if
never
I
try.
came in and I said, "Hey, I want you to try durian," or something that not even something that
I've
off.
tried during too.
You're going to actually have that put in front of you more often than not
Mm-hmm.
because your wife does try to stay traditional to a certain degree when maybe she goes out. So you're going to be able to have, like, I wish I had that.
Mm-hmm.
Very happily married, love Annie, but I wish she brought something to the table with a cuisine. Like, try this. This is what my
Yeah.
grandparents used to make or something, because we've had similar upbringings. And I'm sure she feels the same way about me. I make up for it with the giant dick and all that.
Of course, yeah.
So I think it's one of those things where I'm jealous of the fact that your wife's going to actually put stuff in front of you that you might not want to try. Is there anything that jumps out at you?
I don't think there's anything where I've been like, it's been put in front of me like, I'm not trying that. Like even when we did like lowering the bar, like,
you're good with everything.
Surströmming or whatever. I'd be like, I'll try it.
Surströmming was tough.
Sounds gross, but I'll try it. Like what's that Icelandic like fermented shark?
Yeah, lutefisk. Yeah, I could tell you when Vibs opened up the surströmming here, he did it on. Were you here for that?
Yeah.
He did it on the 3rd floor. So it's a tinned fish. I shouldn't say that. It's this canned ammoniated, rotten,
expanding
fish. Yeah, it's like hissing when you pop the can. Yeah. It hisses. He did it in the kitchen on the 3rd floor. Willie and I were in the radio room. We still had Barstool breakfast at the time. Mm-hmm. Vibs was nice enough to do it early, so people weren't in. There were people running for the fucking hills, and it crept into the radio room from like almost like how I would think, the fucking mustard gas
that going
would crawl in and out of fucking, you know what I mean, foxholes. And I think that would probably be where I would draw the line.
There was one thing I think where she put it in front of me. Where it's called Lopek Gao, which is like it's like a steamed radish cake, and it kind of looks like this gray loaf of like wiggly steam.
Oh yeah.
It sounds gross. It is delicious.
It's good.
Yeah, there's some things like that where I'm like a little like it doesn't look good, but it is very good.
We did fufu the other day with Ron and I were doing dumplings around the world, and they got the West African fufu, which you would normally do with like a stew, right?
Yeah.
So like when you have it cold and it's just that gray
matter, basically,
it's awful. Yeah. It's fucking awful. And it's something that obviously I'll try anything. That's something I'm not going to get back to unless it's next to something that's delicious. What meal would people be embarrassed to know that you eat regularly? I put mayo on aspirin. You go.
Mayo on what?
Aspirin.
Why?
I just made it up. I don't do that. I put frosting.
He's not making it up.
Yeah. I've done it once or twice.
There's one thing I think I call it like poor people nachos or poverty nachos.
Yeah.
So saltines, shredded.
Yeah.
Again,
there you go. That's
poverty.
Yeah.
So this is what I would eat when because we grew up, we didn't have a ton of money. Like every now and then, poverty nachos. Throw saltines down, shredded cheddar. Sometimes even if it's really bound down to it, do shredded cheese. You kind of like.
Oh right.
But yeah, do that. Microwave like a minute and let it come in. Like the cheese is like sticking to the plate and like almost in a weird. Like the chemicals aren't reacting correctly type of way. But yeah, poverty nachos every now and then. And then like if I shouldn't be doing that because I can make it a different way. I can go and buy stuff if I need to.
Sure.
But in a pinch, I'll still do it.
Really?
Yeah. Microwave poverty nachos.
Even the way that you talk about it seems that you do reminisce about it in a good way, which is something I always like. And that's why, go ahead, Ian.
I'll do them.
That's right. He's fucking.
Sometimes if I run out of taco shells, I'll just do the poverty nachos and just pour a pound of ground beef just all over it.
Look at you. Yeah. You would serve that as a first date. Yeah, you're different. So I'm talking to regular people now, Ian. Please don't interrupt me. Which meal do you wish you could get back? Just because you did seem to wax nostalgic a little bit about it. Ian doesn't have that bad of a palate as they make it out to be, but it's still relatively embarrassing. What's that one meal you wish you can get back? The person who made it for you no longer is around. Your taste buds have grown to a point where you wouldn't fucking be able to maybe appreciate it anymore, or the institution that sold it has closed down.
Yeah, my uncle had this restaurant called Olmsted, which is in Park Slope. It was with the chef Greg Backstrom, which we kind of like helped him very, very super mega limited capacity. Like we came there a few times and like helped him build it and stuff too. And they had like a really cool menu that would change like nonstop. One of the last things I think I had there was when they did like this sort of like separate restaurant called like Mason Yaki, where they did these skewers that were so good. It was like lamb on like all these like minute, like almost like a flight.
Right.
Skewers would be like, here's lamb, here's duck, here's beef, here's like, they just, it was.
And you'll never get it back. And it was just perfect at that time.
Yeah. I also had bacon, egg, and cheese egg rolls, which were unbelievable. Not something you'd think very good.
Really?
And it was like in this like, kind of like combination of ketchup and Thai chili sauce that you would like dip it in.
Yeah, sure.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's fantastic. And then finally, I'm going to close with this. What's your death row meal?
I wrote this down as well.
Oh, please.
I kind of combine it with like
just so you know, so death row meals typically are capped at around $70 to $110.
$70 to $100. Oh,
I'm just kidding. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Imagine I did that with KenJac. Yeah. Oh, you're way below that.
Yeah.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I think I'm below $100.
We tallied up KenJac and it was $1,200. KenJac just kept going. He just kept going. Okay. He decided to turn it into his favorite things.
If you just keep eating, then they can't kill you.
That's it. Right? You're damn right. Yeah.
So I would do. I think that my favorite fast food burger is still the Burger King Whopper.
Okay.
So I would love that. And some of
Look
that,
at
I
you,
don't know what it
brother.
is. What, you're on the team?
I'm there.
Okay.
I'm Team Burger King.
Yeah, me
honestly,
too.
and I like onion rings, and
Me
Burger King
too.
has them.
And
yeah.
do you remember the Yumbo?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
The Burger King Whopper, I love. I've always loved it. It's still my favorite burger. I limit myself how much I can have it.
Mhm.
A favorite burger among the fast food burgers.
Yes.
At least not on the East Coast. So I would do Burger King Whopper. I would also do Checkers fries. It's my favorite fast food fry, and I could just like inhale them. And then I would do my mom's meatballs, which I mentioned before. That would be on the list.
Love it.
And then there's this my favorite food that my wife's family makes is this curry. They call it gali, which is like it's kind of like this masaman curry. You've ever had that?
Yes.
It's kind of like that. It's like a coconut orange looking curry
Right.
with like roti that you dip into it, and it's just like chicken, potatoes, some veg. Oh, it's so good. And then lastly, I would want very specifically dessert pistachio gelato. It's my favorite.
Pistachio
dessert.
gelato.
I love pistachio and all sweets. Which in Turkey, by the way, everything
Yes.
is pistachio.
Yeah.
Every dessert is pistachio, and it's all incredible. But pistachio gelato, I love. I could inhale that.
I think that's a perfect ending to a guy being put to death for having child
For
pornography.
heinous crimes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got, E?
I brought some questions of my own today.
Oh, okay.
If that's okay.
Before Ian gets into this, and if I don't mention it at the end of the show, Project Big Screen is exactly where you could see KenJac. And I'm telling you, if it didn't come through in this interview, KenJac's one of the guys that I trust in just about any topic. So give those guys a poke before you go out to a movie.
What a plug. I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's one of those things, a lot of guys talk and, they're entertaining. A lot of guys talk where you trust them and they're entertaining. And I think you fall into the latter category. So it's Project Big Screen. Go ahead, Ian. I'm sorry.
So for these questions, you're actually going to be the one large that hasn't heard these first.
Okay.
KenJac has already covered these topics.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
Oh, wait a sec. Is this from the the bracket?
There's a couple of food things that they've touched upon.
Okay,
that I
cool.
think.
I like
that. Okay.
That I think we
So
should.
this is a revisit.
Yes.
Yeah. Rest in peace. I think that thing should come back in some iteration.
Well,
will it?
Yeah, somewhere down the line, I'm sure. Yeah.
All right. It's a hiatus. It's a so long, not a goodbye. Then go.
So the first one: which fictional food looks the tastiest?
Oh wow.
So I can go first. I'll say the Krabby Patty.
I can tell you what, this kid never wants to answer a question right off the bat. Do you know how long you've been sitting on the fact that you fucking desire a Krabby Patty? I love the fact that you were able to get that out.
I've watched SpongeBob my entire life.
Really?
Even though I don't like the toppings in real life, I would love it. There's something about the Krabby Patty just looks so tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I wouldn't go Krabby Patty. Listen, I'm older. And no, I can't say that. That's way too fucking old.
What were you about to say? You say like the fucking fish that Jesus
The
gave
spinach from
Fish that you. No, there was a cartoon when I used to read like the funny papers.
Yeah.
And there was one of the cartoons was Blondie. She was this hot blonde.
Of course.
And her husband was Dagwood. And he used to make these things and they call them Dagwoods. And I used to see these
massive
those
thing.
sandwiches.
Scooby-Doo
There was always
sandwiches.
like a fucking sardine popping out and like, that like cartoonish bologna and
That
all
is
that
on
kind
that
of stuff.
bracket, by the way. The Dagwood sandwich. It is on.
Is
that
it
bracket.
really?
Yeah. Because guess who brought that up? I'll give you one hint. Someone else in this office around the same age that would bring that up.
Clemmer?
Clever.
Yeah.
Brought
I will
the
tell you
Dagwood
another thing that Shaggy used to eat like a similar big fucking sandwich.
And they just open their mouth and like inhale it down their throat and it gets stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Dagwood. And I know that's the oldest. Me and Clemmer. That's it. Me, Clemmer, and Frank want to fucking do a Dagwood. I'll put Dagwood up there. Go ahead. Next one, asshole.
And what was yours, KenJac?
I think we did one of the ones.
What did it end up winning?
I forget what one, but I know that the one that stood out to me the most was the pizza from a Goofy movie.
The Goofy movie. I remember
where
my
he
kids
pulls
that.
it out and it's just like the longest cheese pull you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
I tried that thing, the Chili's thing, the chicken dippers. Have you heard about that? Or
No.
the buffalo chicken dippers?
The chili cheese pull.
Yeah, it's
The
like
viral like
Oh, at Chili's.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry. So that their mozzarella stick or whatever, it's crazy.
damn good too.
We did a ton with them because Carson Hocevar was driving the Chili's truck. So we had to do a ton with them in Chili's down in Daytona before the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
Which was, I don't know. I think it's cool. And Carson Hocevar loves Chili's. Like everybody else who, like Chase Elliott's a driver, if he has like Hooters on his thing, what you go to at Hooters, Chase, he'd have to make something up.
Yeah.
Carson Hocevar is like, I do the triple dipper, but I go for the 2 Southwestern egg rolls and blah, blah, blah. So it's nice. But yeah, I could see that, Paul. What else you got, me?
So this next one, I think you asked a similar question to Chef Scott Conant. You asked him, what is the most realistic food movie? I'm asking, what is your favorite food movie? And Scott Conant, he said the most realistic one was Ratatouille. Or
No, that was Chef Michael Ferraro.
oh, sorry.
He'd said Ratatouille was his favorite food movie. And he's like, you'd be surprised how many chefs love that cartoon, which I thought was pretty eye-opening. I liked Ratatouille also, but I never like looked at it through the eyes of a chef. I looked at it more like through the eyes of an exterminator because I can't stand fucking rats. But as far as food movies, Big Night was big. Remember that? The Sandy Tucci? I think that was it.
With the brothers?
Yeah. Also, I think probably the stock answer is the Favreau food
Chef.
truck one. Yeah.
Chef. That would be my number one for sure.
Yeah. That one was real approachable. And the Cubans that they were pouring off there were pretty awesome as well.
There's a lot of movies where like they try really hard, like Burnt. Like there's some other movies like
Bradley
that.
Cooper?
Yeah. Where,
Right.
like they're trying super hard to be like the yes chef. Like I feel like Chef is very like approachable.
Yeah.
Movie, and I enjoy that.
I gotta think. Is there another one though? Mystic Pizza.
I'll go with a newer one. The Menu.
The Menu, yeah.
Oh, the Menu. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that's a fucked up. That was good.
Yeah, really, really
movie.
fucked up. What else you got?
So KenJac said his favorite fast food item is the Whopper.
Yeah.
But this is favorite limited time fast food item. So something that came and went away, like the McRib or something.
Right,
Just
right.
now back again.
Tell you what, I can't get my mind around is these snack wraps that are back at McDonald's. People were like waiting for them to come back, and
Wendy's
I find
is
them
still
to be
doing them too, though.
nothing but mid. Yeah, Wendy's doesn't.
Wendy's still we've been doing them the whole time. I think Burger King was basically doing them too.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just kept them. It's just McDonald's wasn't doing them.
I don't know because I don't eat enough. Maybe the Shamrock Shake. Like I take my kids for Shamrock Shakes every year. Just to, and then we kind of shit a little green that next day. But maybe the Shamrock Shake, because what a filthy Irish answer to that. The Shamrock Shake.
Well, McRib is also Irish.
McRib, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Shamrock Shake then.
I think I would do. I think we did Doritos Locos Taco was on there. I think that might have won, and that would have been my answer too.
Yeah.
And that's a permanent thing now, right? Or
is it now? Oh, I didn't know they brought it.
Did they bring back?
Yeah.
I every time I order Taco Bell, I get a Doritos.
I may have thinking of a different thing. Whichever one had Fritos in it.
Oh,
That's
no.
one. That's what I'm thinking.
Interesting.
It'd be the bottom layer was like Fritos. It was really good.
I will tell you that my favorite seasonal food, without a shadow of a doubt, outside of fast food, is soft shell crab.
Oh, I love
Soft shell crab only in months where there is no R.
Yeah.
Yeah. So May, June, July, and August.
Yeah.
Because every other month contains an R in it. Soft shell crab is my favorite seasonal dish. Because
So I'm going on my honeymoon at the end of the month, and
Where you
we're
going?
going to Japan first and eating like a pigs there. But after that, we're going to Malaysia, and Malaysia's borders Singapore, and like half her family. Where they live is like on the border of Singapore. So we're going there for a few days too. And Singapore soft shell crab is like world renowned.
Really?
And so we are 100%.
Oh man,
loading up on that.
That is fucking delicious.
You should look up the food culture in that area because these things have like hawker stands where like it's a mall, but everything is just different types of food. And that every stand is like they're within like an inch of each other. And every stand that's been operated for like 15 generations.
Right.
With them perfecting a recipe with perpetual stews and shit. Yeah.
I've seen them. Yeah, I love that idea of the 50-year-old fucking base and whatnot. Yeah. And I've seen them, and I'm extremely jealous that I'm probably never going to be at one. I don't think now at this part. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll get the opportunity to go over to one of those. I'll do something with Donnie.
I think like Noah got like sponsored to go to Singapore. Like,
did he?
Yeah, I think we could figure something out for you.
Yeah, let's do it. What's next?
Last one. Best hangover food.
Ooh.
I know you love chilaquiles. We hit that chilaquiles place a while ago.
Chilaquiles is one of my favorites.
I'm very like, I feel like it's a very stock answer too, but like bacon, egg, and cheese typically works. I do think that omitting carbs for some reason helps for me. Like if I just do like inhale protein, it seems to help a lot. Inhale protein and water. Like if I were to basically just have the bacon, egg, and cheese part of it without the bread, I feel like I'm better.
Right.
I think the carbs for some reason does something.
Very, very, very health conscious of you.
I know. I think it's like a chemical reaction.
No, I know. Yeah. It just makes you feel like even more shit.
Yeah.
When I was on the floor and we had a rough one, people would do like their bacon, egg, and cheeses the next day, which is the stock answer, particularly for people here. I love an egg cream the next morning because like the chocolate milk and then the seltzer gives you a good burp. But somebody I used to get religiously, and this was in like big drinking days for me when I got my first corporate card. So we had the expense account. So I was at O'Hara's every night. He used to get on a hero roll. So it was, oblong, and it'd be a ham, 3 eggs, cheese, tomato and mayo, salt and pepper.
Okay.
And I don't know, like there was something about mayo on a breakfast sandwich that was so new back then that I fucking fell in love to it. So it was ham and egg with cheese and tomato and mayo on a hero roll. I think it was at least 3 or 4 eggs, no hash browns on it, nothing too fancy. And I remember that with a chocolate egg cream used to do me some good.
Halal, I feel like it's helped me sometimes.
Yeah, halal.
Although that kind of goes against the carb thing, but it has helped.
It does, yeah. What else you got? Is that it? How many more?
I got a couple more, but
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Just let me know what's the last one.
Best sit-down chain restaurant.
I kind of forget what we picked for this one.
So best sit down chain, does that mean fast food?
Sit down.
Yeah.
So sit down,
yeah.
is that like Olive Garden, Chili's, that type of thing?
I would say no drive-through options.
Right. Okay. I'm a sucker for Chili's chips and salsa. I think it's one of the more simple pleasures of mine. And
airport Chili's.
Airport Chili's kind of hits as hard as you want it to. I can tell you, I'm waiting with bated breath for the guy whose dad started Chi-Chi's. Chi-Chi's was a Mexican sit-down chain that closed down and had a big listeria breakout with some of their lettuce. So it wound up closing down like 139 Chi-Chi's locations. It was on the balls of its ass anyway. And now the son, so many years later, is going to open up like 26 Chi-Chi's, excuse me. And he just opened up the first one in Minnesota, and he's just going to do it in the North and the Northeast. I can't wait to go back to Chi-Chi's because as a kid, chimichangas, deep fried burritos, and fried ice cream was what I used to do from Chi-Chi's. So I keep saying Chili's because that's probably my answer. But when Chi-Chi's comes back, Chili's will be a distant second.
There's a couple other restaurants like that where like I never got a chance to try it, but like my parents are like, what's that steakhouse Charlie something?
Oh, Beefsteak Charlie's was a huge night out. And that's beer, wine, and sangria, as I said at the top of this show. Or you can eat shrimp, beer, wine, and sangria. I won't mention their last name, but my brother and I had gone with my parents. I don't think my younger brother was born yet. And a family from my town were there, and they were kicking them out because they were eating too much of that all-you-can-eat shrimp. Like they started putting it out with just mostly ice, so they'd have to dig just to slow them down.
Shrimp, yeah.
But I'm telling you that free or unlimited sangria did some damage on Ocean Avenue between Voorhees Avenue and Shore Road. That Beefsteak Charlie's in particular, we used to do some fucking damage there.
You know what I miss too is Roy Rogers.
Oh, Roy Rogers, the double R-bar burger and stuff like that.
Are they just gone or?
I don't know.
I haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I forgot what we picked for our sit-down chain for our winner.
I don't have the winners here, but we were an Applebee's family.
Oh, were you really?
That was like the one that was by us.
Really?
Yeah.
My short answer would probably be Chili's because it's been the one I think I've been to the most.
Yeah.
Similar, but not quite. Best mall food court restaurants.
Oh, I know. I know ours.
I don't know if this counts as a restaurant, but I always associate malls with just Auntie Anne's.
For sure.
Auntie
Anne's definitely.
Greasy,
Or is that enough for
salty
a restaurant? Or
breads.
is that more of a stand?
I guess
I'll take it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely because you're eating there. You know what I mean?
it might be more of a stand. You might be right.
Right.
I do like Sarku. They'd have like
Sarku
the one Japanese place where they just load your tray with like the greasiest MSG meat you've ever seen in your entire life.
Like a steam table type thing, and you're pointing that out.
Yeah.
I could tell you the one by me, I live in a place that has blue laws, so nothing's allowed to be open on Sundays.
Okay.
So a lot of our malls have Chick-fil-A's in them because of the Sunday thing. It's kind of easy. But I had gone in and to one of our malls, and they had a Nathan's. And Nathan's, to me, I used to only go to Nathan's, Coney Island. I'm a purist Brooklyn asshole. But every now and again, if I go to a food court and I see a Nathan's, because I'm a sucker for those fries. Yeah. A lot of people don't like those big ones with the fucking pitchfork they give you.
Cut, yeah.
I love them. So it might be Nathan's for me.
You mentioned fries. My next one is top 5, or I guess best fast food fry. And if you want to...
Still Checkers for sure.
Ooh.
I love Checkers.
I was going to say, if we want to toss out McDonald's, just because I feel like that's just a consensus 1-1, but you're saying Checkers.
McDonald's wouldn't be in like my top 5.
Oh.
I'm just not a big into it. Like,
see this? Now that's blasphemy to a lot of people.
I know that.
Wild.
I know people are like hardcore on it, but I think I would put Checkers above that. I put Arby's above it. I put Popeyes above it. I'd put
Popeyes.
You're a Popeyes fries?
I don't think I've ever had a Popeyes fry.
You're at Popeyes fries?
So that's the whole thing. I don't eat a lot of fast food, and when I do, I typically don't order French fries.
Yeah.
Because I would much rather, I think we spoke about this, if I was to be on the road and we would go to Roy Rogers or something, I'd rather have 2 burgers than a burger and a large fry.
Yeah, totally.
So that's always my thing. And being in, normally with family and kids and stuff like that, I can always rob theirs. So I'm not a fast food fry connoisseur, to be honest. And I think maybe my favorite one, just from a nostalgia standpoint, still might be Nathan's. Nathan's is a substantial, if it's done right. Obviously, it turns into an Irish fry and kind of soggy if you don't get to it right away. But Nathan's has got to still be up there with me. McDonald's is great. Their fries are great. I understand why people love them so much, but I don't feel that strongly about fries across the board.
I just don't feel strongly about theirs, and it's like one of the very few like fast food contrarian opinions I have. And not like just to be an asshole contrarian. I just genuinely think they're just like serviceably good.
Right.
But like there's better ones for sure.
What's the curly fry? Is that Arby's?
That's Arby's. And they're fantastic.
I like a curly fry. So Arby's might be my answer. Because I think Nathan's is more of a nostalgia thing now that I'm thinking about it. I think the Arby's curly fries is something that I would purposely say, make sure I get sucking.
I've never been to an Arby's, but I've bought the Arby's frozen curly fries that you make in the air fryer yourself, and they're very good.
You're a disgrace.
Waffle fries from Chick-fil-A are also really good. Like there's a lot of fries out there.
Give me something a little different.
Yeah, people are just too zeroed in on the McDonald's. You got to expand your horizons, I think, a little bit.
I do have to expand my horizons. We'll call this the last one.
Go. Okay.
And because we touched on it a little earlier. Best movie food. And not necessarily best to sneak in.
I think it'd be good to almost omit popcorn from this.
Well, I will tell you.
I agree. Popcorn should be unanimous. Like
I will tell you right now. This is the show right here. It says with large. So I'm putting fucking popcorn back on the menu because when I was down in San Antonio, the longest month of my life was the 4 days I spent in San Antonio. And I went to a derelict mall somewhere on Riverwalk.
Big old women in there?
Bored out of my fucking mind after having a subpar meal at the Rainforest Cafe or Big Dick's Last Resort or any of those like weird chains. I was like, I need a little bit of fucking normalcy. I walked down to their Regal or AMC, and the only thing that was playing at that time was Morbius. So I'm not looking forward to it or anything. I go in there and I say, can you just fill up the popcorn halfway and then I'll hit it with the butter? And the woman's like, yeah, sure. She's like, the butter's right over there by the jalapenos. So I go over and I hit the butter halfway and I see they have the little things of pickled jalapenos. And I dumped one in. And then she filled it up again, like almost 3/4 away. I was like, you don't have to go all the way so I can give it a shake. A little more butter and another thing of pickled jalapenos. It's the only reason why I'm asking you to let me keep popcorn in, because popcorn with that vinegary little bite that comes from pickled jalapenos and the juice obviously got in there a little bit. I had taken my soda and I had gone to my seat again alone. It's San Antonio. It's Morbius. I'm sitting off to the side with my drink, like a Snickers poppable, and this thing that I don't know how it's going to turn out. 4 Mexican families came in and they all had baby strollers and they all pushed their baby strollers right up to the screen, which was close to where I was sitting. And then they sat like 10 rows away from the strollers. And I was like, this is going to fucking suck. This movie's going to suck. These kids are going to fucking suck. And this popcorn might suck. The movie did suck. Whatever. It was. These were the best babies I've ever experienced in my life, man. I'm telling you, listen, I'm gonna speak to the camera. If you ever have the opportunity to see a movie with a Mexican baby, jump on it because they are excellent babies, more so than any other baby I've ever encountered in my life, at least in movie theaters. So kudos to the Mexican people and the culture in general. Whatever you're doing, please fucking keep it up because top notch. And then the popcorn, I thought was transcendent. So much so that I want to sneak a fucking jar in of Mazzettas or, and kind of throw them in. So can I still use that? Are you okay with that? So I'm going to say that. And
you would zhuzh up your popcorn.
And I used to hang out with a girl and she used to take mustard packets and squirt it into her popcorn and then put in Junior Mints. So it was Junior Mints and mustard in hot popcorn. And I think individually, I could probably do mustard on anything.
One or the other for sure.
She fucked it up with the other thing. So I know some of those combos don't work.
That's like a pregnancy meal.
Yeah, it is. She wasn't.
What were you doing?
Yeah. Okay. But I'm telling you, jalapenos on popcorn. I need you guys to give me dispensation for that.
I would definitely, it might be good if it was like because the way I would think about it initially is like a popcorn with jalapeno dusting on it. You know what I mean? Like seasoning on it.
Yeah.
But
no, this got a little damp.
Yeah,
like
that's
from the residual vinegar or whatever, the pickling liquid down the bottom, which I purposely kind of dumped in and did it. So there, I barebacked it.
I give it a try.
Yeah.
I do think it's kind of hard because some different restaurant or different chains give you different types of food. Like popcorn would be my number one with a bullet,
right,
no matter what. After that, I do think that like the chicken tender is nice, simple, easy, typically good. Another thing, kind of like
tough
the turkey
to fuck
club,
up.
Impossible to fuck up.
Yeah.
You're just heating it up.
Yeah.
And then they give you like a decent amount of sauce. It's not too smelly. Not eat with your hands and everything in your phone.
Right.
So that I think is a good, like respectful movie food.
I like that.
How about you, E?
I'm straight popcorn, and I might sneak in a couple of dum-dums.
Okay.
When I'm done with the popcorn.
I hear you. Send me the picture of you with the Bavarian Monster because I just want it for my own self.
It's one of the fourth images on Google.
Is
it? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we'll move that in. Anyway, so we've kept you here way too long. I apologize about that.
No worries.
So this is KenJac. Like I said before, Project Big Screen. Follow him on social and all that stuff. And I don't think that you'll be disappointed. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everybody listening. Thank you, Cash App, Tony Satcheries, and Pepsi for the continued support. Les, that handsome son of a bitch. You've never seemed prouder.
Yeah. Totally holding a baby.
Yeah. Anything else we need to do before we get out of here?
5-star reviews, comments, support the show, please. It helps.
All that type of shit. I just did a traditional Sunday roast, which will probably be dropping around this time too. So be on the lookout for that. They're doing a Sunday roast here at the Chelsea Living Room in Manhattan. It's one of my favorite meals. I love fucking Yorkshire puddings. So, and follow us on social and all that kind of stuff. We'll see you next week on You Got to Try This. Thank you, KenJac.
Of course.